Please, I would like to ask you something. Okay, here we go. My pressure's up high and stuff. It's crazy. I guess everybody's out enjoying their holidays and stuff. I guess that's what's going on with my cell phone. Probably didn't go off. This thing. I swear everything has been reincarnated over. This is all stuff.
Really hope you guys enjoyed that video. Thank you for watching. Again,
Actually not.
soul isn't just another genre of music. It's a baseline.
Mm-mm. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 4. Damn. Yeah, that's what I always say. Hmm. Hey, Gwendolyn. How are you, sweetie? I'm okay. I'm sitting up here. Can you hear me good? Can you hear me? Okay. Because I don't want to be up hollering because it's early in the morning. You know, people in the building are sleeping. I don't know, for some reason. Hi, AZA. These girls better be careful. They are killing the girls off left and right. You know I have to bring that up in this conversation, right? They're just killing them and killing them. And I don't want to hear nothing about they was so passable that they, they was passable, so they tricked them. I don't want to hear nothing about no tricking on men. Because some of these girls are not, mm-mm, mm-mm. Not being mean, but mm-mm. It's always a lie. I wonder what excuse this one going to use for trying to kill this last girl. I don't know, I went to bed. My pressure was up high. I did that last video. My pressure was up so high, my nose started bleeding. I was like, oh my God. Exactly. Have to protect. Exactly, Gwendolyn. That's the thing about it. Like, I don't get it though. Like, I just don't get it. I mean, I know men kill, clearly. But they're saying that she was in a car with a dude, Sims. And they said the guy got out the car and ran. after he killed her. And I be saying this over and over. I tell y'all 1,000 times, it's somebody in our circle that's killing us. So y'all better second guess them damn friends, and also um keep them the hell on distance. Now this is so messed up, is because it's like you want a man, yet still the men we dating are killing us. Come on. Oh no, Ray, please take it easy. Your medication. Yeah, I haven't been. I took some, but my doctor said I have to stop doing, stressful things, a whole bunch of stuff. I slowed down a little bit in case y'all didn't know why I wasn't here because my pressure was up too high. Whenever I get so much blood running down my face, that means I have to just come back another day. That's why I don't want to argue with nobody or have fights with nobody because I could literally die, which is weird. I'm always thinking how people are going to find me when I'm dead. I know it's crazy, but because I'm always in the house by myself. No one really knows I exist but the super who always checks up on me. The super checks up on me all the time. My mother recovering from a stroke. Yes, I had a mild stroke already. So I had one. Now, I got the stroke face that if I don't keep smiling, my face look like I'm frowning. And I'm not frowning, but I didn't even know stuff like this even existed. But it is what it is. So, question. Would you date a married man that wants to live with you? If a man wants to leave his wife, he said they're separated, and he wants to live with you, would you let him live with you? Or would you go by that old saying goes, you get him, you lose him how you got him? She changed the diet. Yeah, I changed my diet, Gwendolyn, but you know what? It's like, but you're right. But I've changed my diet. But sometimes, girl, mm-mm-mm. I think when I ate those shrimps, they kind of had a lot of sauce on it. So I think that had a lot to do with it. A whole lot to do with it. Hey, you should do what's the ASMR? One. So the one of the girls told me how to wash this hair, so I washed it and everything. And I used some fabric softener. It's not so bad though. I'm not going to lie. I dated married men in my younger days, but at this point in my life, I'm grown. I don't, if a man needs to live with me. No, man. Okay, Gwen, I believe it. It's like you're talking quiet or G. Huh? It's like you're talking quiet or G. I don't understand. You gotta sort out that messy foot. You know what the thing is, Gwendolyn? This is how I see it. If he's willing to mess with you knowing he's married or supposed to be separated, because you know the story always go, we're not together, but they still be together. And then all of a sudden, you get him how you lose him how you get him. You lose him how you get him. So I'm like, okay. Make it like so. Oh, Downey? Okay, thank you. Okay, Okay, thanks for that. I definitely will look into it. Thank you. And the thing is, like, you get him, you lose him, how you get him. Now, I'm always been a married man magnet. A lot of married men like me, and I think the thing is, for some reason, when it comes to men who want to be with you, the only ones that want to commit with you already be married. So they like the committee men that want full blown relationship already being one. And they go from what they call serial daters. They go from marriage to marriage to marriage. They never really get to be single. So it's like the pattern just moves on. So after he be with you, he go find somebody else who's single who be with them. This is like the only one that want to have marriage is the ones that's already married. And when you do meet a man who's single, he doesn't want oof, he doesn't want commitment. He doesn't want whole bunch of other things that's not on the radar. So it's a lot of things when it comes down to that. So that's the thing that I've noticed when it comes down to a lot of it. You know, it's a lot. And I noticed the pattern that every time I meet a man, even before this world, they always had a girlfriend or wife. They were always married. And then now it's like, okay, you're married and you want to have a relationship with me. And not all of them, but some of the guys I was with in long relationship. Well, the longest one I was with, he was a butch queen. And that relationship was so it's really weird. Really weird. I was actually on here and I saw this female, these two gay women together, and I was like, her gay girlfriend is cute. You know what I hate? I be low key looking at girls on they said my boyfriend tag, my girlfriend tag. So when they got their boyfriend tag, girlfriend tag, thank you, KS. So when they got the boyfriend tag and the girlfriend tag, I'm always looking at the boyfriend. But if it's two gay women, I'm always looking at the one that's more masculine. Like I'm just drawing straight there. I see the girl, so she's pretty, but I'm looking at the masculine gay woman. And then when it's a man and a woman, I was looking at the man. And I was thinking to myself, I would never put my man up here. Because then you got a person like me that's looking at you. But I'm looking at your man. I mean, you set it out here so we can look. I'm looking at your man. It is a single life. It's brutal. Everyone wants to beat one another to the punch. Is using them up and throwing them to the side. That's true, Wonderland. And it's like, I was watching this couple that was a mixed race couple, and they just got married. I don't know. I guess I clicked on some of YouTube, so it just channels all the other things. So a mixed race couple. So I'm like, okay, I guess let me see what they're talking about. So I'm sitting and listening because I'm nosy. That's what you do when you don't have a man. You sit back and watch everybody else with one. So I'm looking at him, black guy, white girl. Okay, cute. She's pretty. He's cute. Okay. So they were saying, he said that he was already in a relationship about to get married and they was having problems and he just up and left her because he said it was over with. And then he got married to this other girl 3 months later. Men that are married look at trans women as they like trans women. Then they around their wives. They act like they don't like. That's true, one. That's so true. In my opinion, being single is a little bit on a blessing. It allows you to breathe and focus. That's true too. 66969. That's true too. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. But it's like, okay, she was supposed to get married to him. They was having problems. He met a white girl and he left his fiance. When he said they was having problems, he was debating but he was gonna marry her now. I think he was looking for an out because he didn't want to marry her. He saw a white girl, she was really pretty and she was really submissive. And he was like, oh, okay. and his fiance probably wasn't as beautiful as her. And I'm always thinking that's the thing too. Like if your man meet a girl that's pretty than you, because there's always better. There's always a girl better than you, got more money than you, could do more things for him than you. Will he stay committed even though we get into arguments? Will he still stay with me up and leave? I agree, but still, ain't that much self reflected in the world. We all be held in love at the end. That's true, but see, the thing, Gwendolyn, is no relationship is 100%. You're going to have fights, you have disagreements, and sometimes those agreements going to be so horrible that it's almost like, oh God, I wish I never met this person. Like, I gotta get away from them. And that's that thought right there. It's what you should never entertain. Like they get on your nerves so bad. You're like, I just want to get away from you. Like you making me sick. And you should never entertain that thought because at the end of the day, you're gonna start feeding it. And once you kept feeding it, eventually somebody comes along. I've had relationships with some people that I kind of wish I didn't mess it up, but I know I did because of past experience and past pain, not healing. And you learn everything. I learned about the fault. I learned about the fault. Let me put my little thing up here because I don't want nobody put my little cash app up here because I don't want nobody putting nothing. Okay, I agree. I have a question. I'm not trans or anything. I love everybody the same, but someone told me being trans or a gay is a curse. Is that true? They say everything is a curse. They say everything is a curse. And the thing about it is that when people don't understand you, hi Miss Cologne, when people don't understand you, they call it a curse. They said being black is a curse. That's why they hung them on trees. They said Indians was a curse. They killed Indians. Matter of fact, the way they manufactured it, it was the cowboys and Indians, and your job was to kill the Indians. And the more Indians you killed. But it only resurrected when they put out the movie Roots. When they brought Roots out by Alex Haley, and they saw the black people being slaughtered and killed, everybody black started saying, whoa, wait a minute, we don't like this. That's when they made them wake up, when they put the black faces and showed them what they were doing. So a lot of times, it gets to be like that. It's like the Jews with the Holocaust and stuff. They were slaughtered, they were killed. And a lot of times when it comes down to it and stuff, people, they said there was a curse, so they killed them, they burnt them up, and a whole bunch of things. They went through the whole big, they tried to say it never happened. So the curse thing is who's saying these things? Who are these people? Who's these people? And you can't say it within these they people. They people don't do nothing but fly with birds. Every gay person, every two-spirit person is a leader anointed by God. And they have a leadership that they have to fulfill. A lot of times we may not like the journey we're on, but actually at the end of the day, you're fulfilling a prophecy and you got other people looking on to you, whether you realize it or not. That's every two-spirit person, every gay person, and even straight people. But if it's a negative thing that you're doing, you have to watch it because you have a choice between negative and positive. Negative means that you're going to be destroying lives, killing people. Those are negative things. When you're nurturing people, helping people, those are positive things. And a lot of times when you're doing great things, it's going to affect negative people's soul. So your goodness is going to bother them. And what they'll try to do is shoot it down. If a man makes a lot of money, he drives a nice car, it says he's a drug dealer. He got his own company, got a nice car, he's a drug dealer. But he's not. A woman can have her own business. Oh, she slept with everybody to get there. That's the world we live in. It's when you stop listening is when you begin to grow. People don't really be happy for you. Anyway, not in all cases, but that's the same thing I always said to myself if I ever had a man. Because if I ever had a man, which I probably won't, but if I ever had a man, he may want to come on my live. Now, if he came on my live with me, that means that somebody going to try to find a way to get in contact with him behind my back. Hey, Raven, I was hoping you go live. Hey, Cologne, how are you, sweetie? Yeah, I went live. I wanted to touch on a few things and stuff, especially with this girl just being murdered and stuff. Whew. I don't know. You know what? The one thing I don't understand. I mean, but then again, it's no set rules when it comes to the girls. Like when you say you're a two-spirit woman or whatever case it be. You know, there's the girls who do things as far as fit that mold of beauty that they want to fit, and other girls who want to do their natural beauty. That means they want to wear their own hair. They want to wear their, everything that doesn't have to do as close to wigs and stuff. Like they want to stay far away from that because they feel like being a woman, they have to maintain the real hair, the real this, the real that. No makeup. But when you are a two-spirit woman, sometimes those enhancements help. Sometimes those enhancements help. And when I say that, that means that you wear a little makeup. You don't have to get all the work done in your face, but you put a little makeup on, put a little wig or whatever. If it's going to make you look more softer. Women do it all the time. But it's not set in stone. Whatever you like. But I always wondered when girls like, I want to wear my real hair. And it doesn't give you that feminine look. It gives you like a hard look. Even females who know that they kind of look a little more harder will try to things to soften. I guess that's stigmatizing. But hey, I appreciate every girl standing her truth, whether she want to wear hair or not wear hair, or do or don't. I just always feel when it came to me, when I did what I did to myself, I wanted to be the kind of person I want to have sex with. That's when I did myself. I said, if I see me, I want to be the kind of person I have sex with that person. When I see, but see, I just look at it that way. But I'm a little different because I see women, and when I see a woman that's beautiful, I just look at her. Can you do a story time on your transition? I already done 100 of them, honey. I've done like 1,000 of them. It's all over. And it's just been a real strange journey. It's been a real strange journey and stuff. And and the thing about it is when you get to this I can't go look right now. It's a lot of them. But I'll give you a rough draft since you're asking me and I'm sitting here. I transitioned a while ago. I've been this way for 13 years. I went from, I guess, straight to gay, then gay to two spirits. I was dating a woman before. I'm not going to go too much into that. Everybody on my channel already knows I'm not going that far because I have high blood pressure. Hey, Miss Vern, how are you, sweetie? I saw you cooking. It looks good too. Look real good. Especially the pumpkin pies I saw. It look good. It looked real good. So I went to gay. And then but being gay, I always had the finest men in the world. Oh my God, I met men that was gorgeous, dropped. I mean, they should just pop up out of nowhere. My friends would be like, where do you find these men? Like, you be finer. I'm like, they be finding me. I met the finest men. Oh, God. Gay men are so fine. Oh, I mean, gay men can come so fine. It is crazy. But honey, when I got to Two Spirit Land, good googa mugga. Good googa mugga. Oof. Mm. Logan, Kansas, Dorothy. Oh, I mean, we can't help the way we look, but things, they went crazy. I'm sure. No, I don't talk to them anymore. And the thing is, like, straight men are not ugly, but I just never saw so many straight men who have high self-esteem and think they're so gorgeous, and they're not. And I think I've been spoiled because I've been with really pretty men, and now I'm being with pretty, ugh. I mean, we don't pick the way we look. We work with what we got. But I feel as though, and I could be wrong, but I feel as though if you're not a drop dead gorgeous guy, look like something out the magazine, I don't think you should be putting anybody down. I don't think you should be talking about how you look good and I look good, so it's good. No, you don't. We don't look good. I said you was cute. I'm being polite. I mean, and then when you do meet a guy who's really not gorgeous and stuff, he cheat on you. You got like 100 billion girlfriends and probably boyfriends too. So it's like, and that's only in Two Spirit Land. And the weird thing about that is when I was in my neighborhood, I met married men. And I met married men. Hey, Violet. I met married men. And it was just totally different. And the one thing about a gay man, when I was in a relationship with them, if you mess with one of us, you got to mess with both of us. Excuse me. If you mess with one of us, you have to mess with both of us. When it comes down to when it comes down to I'm two spirits now. When it comes down to this world, oof, I've never seen nothing like this in my life. The men don't stick with you. They don't have your back. They don't give a damn about you. Not all of them, but too damn many. And then on top of that, they'll kill you. Like, unless you're a Vogue model, then you should not. No right to talk about anyone else's appearance. Exactly, Violet. And they self-esteem is like this. And they treat you like this. And you're like, well, are you kidding me? I hate married that cheat on their wives. Like, but the thing about it, one, you don't really know who could be loyal these days. When things start going really bad, like you really don't know the inside story of the marriage, whether it could be over. She could have cheated. He could have. I mean, it's just that's called other people's business. So you don't really know what's going on, whether it's really over with. And I'm not perfect when it comes to relationships. Clearly, they do, Violet. They are something. Oh, but see, the thing about it, when it comes to us, you have to understand. Well, you don't have to understand. The target is he wants to be able to procreate and have children. And due to the fact that we are limited in those certain situations, it becomes problematic for him because he's been grown traditionally a certain way. Hey, Davis, how are you, sweetie? Hey, Mrs. Small. And this is the thing with us, two spirit women. This is the problem we have. And this is our fault. And we need to own this. This is our fault. We need to own this. And I'll share with you if you can agree or not. You can say I don't agree with you. We, as two spirit women, it took us years to stand in our truth. It took us years to see how things go. It took us years to be strong. It took us years to deal with a lot of things. And when we meet men who never been with us, we give them a week. We give him 1 week. We give him a week to figure it out. 1 week. We're like, whether he's going to be with me or not. Now, we give him 1 week. And he's never been in this world. He doesn't understand it. And we're like, we want you to be with us now, whether you want us or not. Stop being a punk. The only time we really cheat is when they're treating us like shit. Imagine that word. Yeah, but one, that's not true because a lot of men cheat and their wives treat them really good. A lot of women treat their husband really good. He just wants something different. Ain't no straight men gonna date transgender women because transgender women is still biological men. That's your opinion, Brown. And that's your opinion. That's your opinion. But that's not what's actually happening. They're dating us, they're paying for our bodies, they're doing a lot of things for us. So let me give you a 2020 news flash. Straight men are not going to tell you they're dating us, but we got proof. And if you could look around, we got some of the baddest girls you've ever seen. So if you think that, you better think again, because a lot of your men are in our bed. So I hate to tell you the news flash, but this is 2020, sweetie. And if you don't get a dose of reality, honey, you're going to get a dose of it when you have a fit. No, you'll find out. That's fine. I get it. You're not ready to accept it. And I'm not here to push the pill down your throat. But in time, you'll find your truth. And I ain't here to argue with you. Biological and man don't get together. Child, exactly 69. Shoot, I'm going trans women and I date women. My money isn't dating women. I have various women that cheat on me because they wanted something different. Yeah, people going to cheat on you, Mr. Smalls. That's the thing about it. People think that that's the one thing that cisgender people do to men. Oh, you must be gay. You must be gay. That's why he don't tell you anything. That's why he cheats. That's why they're paying for our bodies. In fact, if you're a wife or a girlfriend, thank you, because y'all are paying for our bodies. They're just not sharing it with you. So he hardcore in the bed. He pumping you out, honey. Guess who else he pumping out? Y'all stay asleep. Stay asleep. Stay asleep and keep calling him gay. Because as much as you call a man gay, guess what he gonna be doing? He gonna sneak. Y'all gonna get a dose of reality. Eventually you're gonna wake up. Even though I don't agree with it, I still are trans and gay people, period. That's fine. We don't agree with all straight things y'all do. Straight men, what they do, they kill each other. They murder each other. They sleep with each other's wives. They pass out diseases. They act like they don't care. They beat their wives. They beat their children. They actually kill their wives. They actually do a lot of things. So who wants to be straight? Y'all do so much destructive things. In fact, we got a straight man in president. Y'all been sick about the coronavirus. And at the end of the day, a whole bunch of people done died. So we don't, who wants to be straight? Y'all messed the whole thing up. Straight people killed Jesus. I mean, let's talk about the conversation. Y'all do a lot of things for straight people. God sent his only begotten son down to the world and straight people killed them. Do y'all have accountability for that? You have accountability when you're sitting inside the church taking the gay people's money and at the end of the day, you sleeping with the little boys? Males are biological. Male is a gender. Male is biological. Can we ban? You want to ban this person? Okay, who's brown? Somebody put them on timeout. Somebody must cut them. Okay, let's get the fuck out of these pages, straight people. Get the fuck off these pages, straight people. Okay. Straight people are exactly, they are hating on us because we're living the truth and they're one. That's the thing about it, Mr. Small. Oh, you know what time? You was too funny. Thanks, boo. You came in with the too funny. Well said. You're right to the right street. Exactly. Straight people, they've done so much work and they act like they've done nothing. You took God's son and y'all killed him. And y'all want to talk about us? You killed his kid. And then you pray to him, oh Lord, help me. But you killed my kid. But you want me to help you? You want me to bless you? But you killed my son. But y'all don't pay that no mind. Oh, y'all done some dirt. Oh, straight people, y'all done some dirt. But when you talk about it, oh, we don't want to hear that. Y'all are cursed. Oh, we're the curse, but you killed his son. Man should not dress like a woman. Well, guess what? There was not pants back in the day. Everybody wore gowns and dresses. Oh, you would sleep about that part too? Oh, okay. God made the man and woman, but trans can't help. Trans are nothing but angels, honey. Angels have no sex. They're two spirits anyway. Um, what are you saying? Two spirits you speak of. What are you saying? Is two spirits you speak of. Two spirits, exactly my point. Mankind is the reason why mankind exists, because there's always something and there's always something God. Exactly. How much do okay, exactly my point, mankind. How much do I bet he likes trans women? The thing about it is, you know what the thing is? People like to front. And the thing about it is, people think that men are gay. So they're like, he walk around with lip gloss and he looks this way. That's not the men that's in our bed. The men that's in our bed will make you cross the street. They're not punks. Y'all got this whole misconstrued on social media what a gay man looks like. Just like you got this whole thing misconstrued on what a gay woman looks like. Y'all got the game all messed up. Y'all had these preconceived things, and it's not true. They're straight acting gay men. They're straight acting gay women. They're straight acting gay women who marry men and don't even want to be with a man. So she cheat on him. She cheat on a man because she's trying to do what society says do. He can never fulfill her with a sexual act because that's not what she into. So she cheat on him. She ain't happy. Lord, pick up the history book, people. Jesus was a Jew and traditional Jews faith. Exactly, Violet. The only reason you don't like trans people is because of white. Child, who said they don't like trans people? Keep the comments cute. You're gonna be on it. Okay, we got to investigate. My sister's not having it tonight. She got the wrench. She is not playing with y'all. She trying to keep her big sister alive and not die. I love you, Tally. Totally. Trans people have been around. Exactly, Violet. Since the beginning of time, child. They don't get it. The same thing, they don't get the reincarnation. They don't get it. I talk about reincarnation. You listen to people talk, the children we have nowadays are already been here. They come out, they know how to dance, they know how to do so many different things. They be reincarnated. Some of them even reincarnated. They look old when they come out. It's like, oh my God, my baby look old. Yeah, because they reincarnated. Put some music on, they start dancing. How could your baby start dancing and know how to dance? How they start whopping? Like how your baby whopping? Ain't never taught you ain't never told your baby how to bop your baby in the chalk whopping. Because they don't want to, oh, it's too late. That's not true. Oh, it's true. Y'all just not ready to accept a lot of things. That's because y'all still sleep. You sleep. You sleep. You sleep. I literally doesn't matter what you think. Trans people are going to exist. Exactly, Violet. Exactly. The only reason why we exist is because we're strong. Out of all genders, we are the strongest one. That's what you need to swallow. We're super strong. We're stronger than the gay men. We're super duper strong. Because when a gay man can hide, we can't. We're in the forefront. So we're the super strong. And you know why we're super strong? God made us two genders. So made us extra strong. So while y'all walk around with one, we got two. That means we got two hands to fight back. We fight back even harder. That's why y'all make us feel as though you're our friend, the trickery to kill us. The same way the Pilgrims did the Indians when they killed them on Thanksgiving. That's what you do. The trickery of it all. They are still randomized. Exactly, Violet. I like your name, Violet. And that's the thing about it becomes very problematic. And my thing is this is that, it's crazy because for some women think that trans attracted men look gay. They got the game all messed up. They also think gay men act gay. I know gay men who act harder than hard. I know gay men that you would have to cross the street because they will beat you the hell up. They call them the booty bandits or whatever you want to call it. But exactly, y'all fight better. I'm not gonna clap. What's what I was going to say in the words of being mixed up to different things, because before I figured out my sexuality, I used to date men who were straight, and not even once they felt like they was gay. Exactly. But how do you feel gay? You feel it's what you feel in your heart, but society labels us. You know, they give you these titles. Don't put any aggressive energy in me. I've never fought in my life. But you do fight, Violet. You do fight, Violet. The thing is, you don't always have to fight with your hands. You can fight with your mouth. Because to be honest with you, you fighting right now, whether you realize it or not. You're fighting right now because you're not having it. You are not having it. You fighting right now because you're not having it. Stop living trans women as fighters and aggressive. Violet feels a certain type of way about that comment because at the end of the day, there are like the love have no genders. Exactly, Mrs. Small. We're spirits inside of a body, Mrs. Small. And you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But the thing about it is, some of us are fighters and aggressors, and some of us are not. Some of us fight with our hands, and some of us fight with our mind. You know, we fight all kinds of ways. You know, we fight. We have to fight because everybody goes against us. And at the end of the day, we have to be strong, even when we don't want to be strong. We have to be strong, and we fight back. Yeah, but they try to group us as together. That's true, Violet. But they'll learn. They don't get it. They don't get it, child. Sometimes, sometimes you just gotta sit back and go, okay, and point us as aggressive. That's okay. But Violet, we have to be aggressive. But I understand what you're saying. You're saying it as a masculine trait. That's what you're trying to say. It is nothing wrong with having a masculine trait. Women have masculine traits. It's not like it's a certain thing. Don't let people try to make you feel a certain type of way when they say that. Cis women have masculine traits. Cis men have feminine traits. It's not like, you know, some men, that's just something they do. Don't pay that no mind. I'm not saying that they're fighters. I'm just saying they fight better, in my opinion. We should fight better. We've been through more stuff. We do fight better. We've been through more stuff. And guess who make us fight better? Straight men. Straight men and straight women. Not all straight men, not all straight women. You know, because we got good people and bad people. But straight men get problems with other straight men. A straight man could try to do everything to get up on the top, and another straight man will make sure he never make it. Now they both straight. Why are y'all doing it to each other? Straight women could go to the top. Another straight woman to come in and try to shoot it down. You know, these are traits that people do, especially within our community, the Black community. We're known for that. We're known for that. We're always talking about the other people when we treat our people just as bad. That's why we talk about the colorism and all this other stuff, the paper bag test and so many other things. Actually, everyone has two spirits once. Amen, Davis. That's what I said. Amen. 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 And that's the thing I said before, you know. No, Violet, you do fight. You fight with your mind. You fight with your mind because you're fighting right now. Like, I don't fight better. No, you don't physically fight. You don't physically fight, but you fight with your words. I feel like saying that is dangerous, but it's not, baby. It's not. Because I'm going to tell you something. That fight inside of you keeps you strong. Don't think of it as a bad thing. That's a good thing. That's what's got you alive. That's what's keeping you alive. That fight inside of you. That's not a bad thing. That fight keeps you alive, honey. So when you feel like you falling down, that fight and you say, boo boo, you ain't going down. You fighting back. That's why you fight with your words. We all fight differently because these men will think they can fight us. They're gonna think violent. Men think they fight women. Men been beating up women for years. You're in a womanhood. So of course, look at all the names men call females. They've been beating women for years. There's such a thing as black. There's no such thing as a black community. Then what is it then, Davis? Oh, I understand what you're saying. Because these men would think, okay, because we all are different tribes, forces. There's no such thing as black community. Fuck you. Okay. There's no such thing as a black community. What you talking about? Disrespectful. No, what she's probably talking about in reference to she's talking about in reference to us sticking together. Sticking together. I have people that come for my color. Okay, one. When she says black community, she's saying in reference to our sticking together. And we don't stick together. We don't. And when I say black community, I'm including the Spanish, the Indians, the dark Asians, the dark Chinese, because they're all dark. Even though they're from a different ethnicity, they still have the dark skin and they go into the same thing. Black is not. Black is not. Black is not a name. Okay. But honestly, in Africa, they're different towns. Like in Africa, there are different trials, and different trials had different practices. That's true, Violet. That's true. Just like there's a lot of people in Africa that are high yellow, so it's a lot going on. They got some people in Africa that's black that look like white people, and they're originally from, white people are from Africa. Anyway, I'm going through all that. So there are no black community. There are many different tribes and different things and stuff. You just have to, I'm not gonna go into all that, y'all. That's it is what it is. I think everybody's experience within their community differently. So everybody's stories is gonna be different when it comes down to the races. We all have different stories and stuff. We don't all have the same experiences when it comes to different things. I'm a meta. Okay. The person is crazy. No one. The thing about it is that everybody has their own opinion, because just because the way you see things, they don't have to see things the way you see it. That's the wonderful thing about life. You don't have to see things the way somebody else see it, but they're experiencing what they've experienced through life, through that community. They may see it a totally different way. You can respect whatever they've been through. You never know what somebody's been through. Baby, black is not your name. I understand what you're saying, but you know what I mean. Davis. You can't call people crazy because you don't agree with their understand their opinion. Yeah, what people like to do, people want you to fall in line or wear their way of thinking and stuff. And it's just how we are. I had to learn how to listen to other people's stories and not make it about me, and have to understand what they may have been through. Because we all have our cross to bear, but that's just disrespectful. but one that's just your opinion. You never know what that person been through. I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I don't like sometimes I don't like Africans. And clearly they don't like me. In fact, I've talked to other black people that says Africans don't like us at all in America. So here it is, we're being told back to go back to Africa, and then we see African people on the street and they treat us like dirt. They want to fight us, they want to kill us, but they don't want to kill a white man. Not saying killing white men is right, but they want to do something to us. But then they tell us to go back there. And I used to be scared of black people because you're different. And that's the thing about it. You know, the thing is, this is our land. The thing about it is that, you know, within different races and stuff, sometimes I'm scared of black men. What ethnicity are you, Violet? Are you black, Spanish, Puerto Rican, Haitian, Jamaican, white? Who knows? Love the name though. I'm not scared of black men now. I ain't scared of nobody. I'm just not. I think because of what I've been through. You know, very carbon person is not you. Every carbon person is not. Exactly, David. Everybody got their own experiences or what they've been through. You know, some people had great experiences and some people just not so much. Some people get a lot of love from different ethnicities. Some people don't get no love. You know, I was dating a guy, I liked him a lot. He got rid of me because he said my skin wasn't dark enough. He only liked dark girls after sex, of course. And then he said he never said it. I'm not anymore, but I used to be because homophobic and transphobic are rampant with the black community. Yeah, and the thing is, I've done murders and stuff. A lot of girls being murdered and stuff, and you know, it's crazy, but it is what it is. I stay to myself. There's so many different things that I don't like when it comes to the community, but what can you do? What can you do? I can tell you what I do. I stay away. I'll let you be right. Just give me 5 seconds and I'm going. I ain't got time. I'm a Metro Fiscaza Egyptian. That's what I am. Oh, okay. So you're from Egypt. Mm. With King Tut and all that wonderful stuff. So you're from Egypt. I mostly only like I mostly only like black guys now. Okay. Listen, whatever makes you happy. I believe everybody moves differently because of what you know they've been through and stuff. You know, I love black men, but clearly they don't love me. And the races that seem to like me the most, in fact, white people don't even like me. Black people and white people don't really like me. The only, not saying all, when I say this, I don't mean every black man won't like me, but the one race that I notice that always pulls me to them is the Spanish. Dominicans and Spanish people always pull me close to them. Dominican, I've noticed that my whole life. They're always been Spanish people. They come up to me speaking Spanish. Como estas bonita? And I'm like, what? No, I'm black. You know, yeah, I'm black. Sorry. But black people come a lot of ways. Uh, Also a mix. I think everybody's mixed in this world. I don't think nobody's just one race. I think we're all mixed with a few people, which a few ethnicities. That's my tribe. Raven, what's your opinion on murders? Like, why do you think it's mostly bad trans women? Violet, the thing is that that's a question I went to bed with, and I was saying to myself, I can't figure it out. But I always said to y'all that it's somebody in the circle. It's somebody in the circle because the only way you could kill us, our guard has to be down. It's not like we can't fight. So you have to come across as a friend. And I don't mean to scare you, but that's the only way. Think about it. We never hear she had battle scar wounds. We never, one girl, she fought back. She fought back 5 guys and she was wearing them the hell out. She was using her hands and she was beating them up. And they got mad and they shot her because she beat the hell out of all of them. 5 guys jumped the trans woman in Philadelphia and she was wearing them the hell out. She was beating their ass. And then they killed her because they couldn't win the fight. I just wish she had a gun on her and killed them. You are too. Okay, I'm lost. That's my tribe. You're too. What's your tribe? Child, I don't go into all that. I don't do the skin thing. I'm a spirit. That's y'all thing. I don't go into all that. That's y'all thing. I'm a spiritual person. I live inside of this body. I don't claim no skin. I don't claim none of that stuff. That's y'all thing. And, I don't go there, if that makes sense. I'm on a whole nother level. But that's the way this world label people. You box them up. I'm not there. What I see with myself, I'm inside of this body. So everything inside of me is different from what y'all see. If that makes sense. Raven, what's your opinion on murders? You are too, Raven. I can see Atlanta features. Are you Spanish? Ladies purchase a gun. The script. But see, the thing about it is, I deal with a very different world. I deal with a very spiritual world. And the thing is, with me, it's very different than dealing with what a lot of issues y'all deal with. It's a very different world when you're dealing with spirits of dead people and stuff like that. And, when you're dealing with so many the dead people and dead this and dead that. And then you got the humans that are the earth angels out here, which is y'all talk about skin colors and race and ethnicities. And it's a whole nother world. So I balance out dead people versus living people. So it's a lot. I'm not talking about skin color. Then what are you talking about, Davis? A tribe is a skin color. A tribe that's all it is. To me, that's all it is. Because I've seen some people I walk up to that look black and they don't even speak English. So it's a lot of ethnicities out here in this world. It's so many that I can't even name. I don't like the race thing. I just wish we just same color, but we all have the same. We take skin color. Yeah, that's true one, but it is what it. Tribe is more like this. Tribe is more than a skin. But Davis, I don't go there because I'm just not from where I understand what you're saying, but I'm not from all that. I'm not. I'm just not. I just believe in fairness, and when people are being treated with discrimination and treated badly, I don't think it's fair. And when I say that, that goes all across the board, all races, not just, it's just a lot, going on in this world. And I believe that a lot of times we need to deal with people from within instead of what's on the outside, you know. But a lot of times we're very visual people. So what did you do Thanksgiving? I don't celebrate it. I did a whole video about it. But thank you for asking. I don't celebrate it. Because Thanksgiving is a day of mourning. It's not a day of thanks. It's a day that the Indians were tricked and they were murdered. But anyway, I don't go into all that either. I think I did a video about it. I put it on YouTube. The meaning of it. What it means and everything. It's too funny. But I did a video about it. It's too funny. Anyway, on a lighter note, what's your favorite color? So I told y'all I'm waiting for this wig to come in, this black wig. A black wig was for $10. Actually, most beings on the planet aren't real while walking GDM genetically manifold orgasms. Okay, Davis. I hear you. Let me tell you something. My biggest pet peeve, I'm talking about me, is I hate that I can never sleep. They call it insomnia. And girl, what are you doing up so late? It's almost 3 a.m. Where are you at? I'm in New Jersey. You're right, it is almost 3 a.m. I've been on here for an hour. I haven't been on here that long. I went to sleep and I have a lot that happens to me. I told y'all I deal with two worlds. I deal with the spiritual world and I deal with reality world. It is so uncomfortable. Look, this is how it is for me. When I was little, it's something within this area that they don't want me to leave. When I was little, they came into my life. Like that movie, I See Dead People, all that kind of stuff. Okay. So as I've grown older, they never left. I watch people say burn sage and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, here we go. That don't work. But I get it. You are giving people a solution to a problem, which is not a solution, but it's kind of like give them hope, and they know you can't control spirits. You can't. Just like you can't control a lot of things. People think they can control things, and you can't. But the thing is with me is when I go to sleep at night, listen thing, have anybody ever went to sleep and somebody took their bed and hit it? Like hit your bed to wake you up? Or like you sleep at work and they'll tap you and wake you up? Like, I get woken up. Like, they just keep waking me up. Like, wake up. And I go through this every single night. They wake me up around 3:30. They're going to come into the room. And then they come into the room and they look around. Now, the weird thing, if I'm doing anything that I shouldn't be doing, they'll make something go crazy. In my kitchen is packed with dead people. In my hallway is packed with a man sitting on the side, and I walk past him all the time, and he sits there like this, and I could see him doing this to me. So he sits there, and I have to walk past him in the hallway, and he does this like this, and it's so it's so it's so crazy because it's nothing you could do about it. And it gets on my nerves, like I hate it. And it becomes so problematic because I can't sleep. And when a person gets murdered or they die, they'll come straight to my house, they'll come straight to me. And I hate it. I do. And I don't know whether there's somebody. An old woman died in this apartment. I know that. I seen her. And my other apartment, an old white man died in that apartment. And he didn't like black people. So guess what he did? He set the house on fire. No, how he set the house on fire? He set the wires in the wall on fire. So I don't know whether I shouldn't say black people. I should just say he may not like me in his house. I'll just say that. But you should go to a witchcraft place. You can stop it. No, they can't. It's not that easy one. You're dealing with TV land. I'm talking about real world. I'm not talking about TV land. I'm not talking about tarot cards. And let me just say that's child. I'm talking about when they show up. Okay, Davis. How do you deal with it, Davis? Because when they show up, you're not in control of nothing. And you better be careful that the ones that could jump on you. It's a lot that you could do. Especially, it's easy to take over your body when if you are a person that's like, stay drunk, like, this is the thing. If you're a person that's broken inside, it's easy to transfer into your body. Lavender under the bed. Brother study the stigma symbols as energy control. I've heard about lavender too, but that don't work. It don't work. You ever see the movie called Amityville Horror? And y'all saw The Exorcist and people come inside and do those things are so real that people think that it's fake, but it's actually real stories. Seems like you're sort of the medium and the dead people come to you. You can help them move on. Have ability. The thing about it, John, is problematic because I don't want to do the work, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't want to get too deep involved in it because you have to be careful what you're opening up. I talk to them. They don't hurt me. Okay. I didn't. I had a jar, a study to go in my place. You know, the thing about it, awards, is that when I used to do lemons, and lemons was like a smell that I would spray around the house that would kind of soothe it. But y'all ain't work either. So this been happening to you since you was a kid. Yes, one. Yes, I fully understand. It's be too much at times. Yes, and that's the thing about it. The thing about it is when you play with something you really don't know nothing about. Like I used to tell, like I met, like, you know how you die and you meet your replacement. I know he gonna get mad at me saying this, but I talked about this before. When you die, you have a replacement already in works. That's gonna come behind you. That's gonna do everything like you've done, and better, magna times 10 or 100, whatever. So when this time comes and you pass forward, um, when the time's coming, you pass forward, you just move to the life to be reincarnated and come back here again. I mean, you get to be brought back here again. That's why a lot of times parents were like, "Oh my God, my kid is so bad," because they was bad in the first life, or they didn't want to leave the person in the last life, or they were killed real tragically. It's just really weird how it comes out. How we're so recycled people, and we think we just got here. Oh, we just got here. No, you recycle. That's why people are like, I feel like I know you. Oh my God, your face looks so familiar. It does look familiar because you know your spirit doesn't let you. Your spirit doesn't lie. You know who they are. They're just in a different body, and you can't recognize them. Yes, I understand. They follow me on the train everywhere. Okay, I'm going to pray for you. Thank you, Juan. I could always use prayer. Right, exactly. We've been exactly, John. I've seen them. A lot of people sick of it. Yeah. One, just a strong. I have no choice. One, a lot of things. Trust me. A lot of things. Trust me. If I could. And sometimes the people we meet in our life, we know many. Exactly, John. Exactly. A lot of trans people are clairvoyant. Yeah, some people, but everybody has everybody has the same thing that I have. It's not like it's just me or the few people that's seeing it. Everyone on here has the same thing I have. It's just sometimes what we do is we lie to ourselves when we see it. Oh, I ain't what I think I saw. We lie to ourselves. It's what you think you saw. You ain't crazy. When you're walking down the street, you turn around because you feel like somebody looking at you. You're not crazy. It's just the thing about it is that you like to believe the lie because you're like, oh well, it can't be true. No, that can't be it. Almost, and you seen it. You seen it. Trans. There is third planet is going to fifth invades planet are trying to trap us in here. Okay, David, especially the young and the old. You should look into protective ancient. Correct. It doesn't quite work that way, 69. It doesn't quite work that way. I've talked to people before. It doesn't quite work that way. I went to see people. I've seen a lot of people, a lot of different people. It's like people can only like show you the way, but they can't really help you, if you know what I mean. Like they could try to show you the way, but it doesn't quite go. You know, it's like taking medicine. Even though you took the medicine, sometimes it doesn't work. That makes sense. Right? We all have abilities. Some are just more accepted. That's true, John. That's true. Amen. Speak on it. We all have the third eye. Just a lot of times what we'll do is we'll lie to ourselves, you know, and we'll say that didn't happen, you know, and I used to feel like there were spirits in my family. Yeah, oh yes, they're everywhere. There's spirits everywhere. Some people don't want to go over. Some people scared to the next level. Where in the history of the place you live did you did any witches live there with you? I don't know about all that witches and stuff, Davis. That's something that we in America, some of witches, and when we think of witches, we think of this is let me tell you what witch do you know what the witches mean to you, Davis? Let me see if you think the same thing I think. What is witches to you, Davis? Um, yes, we're having a good conversation. I need to come to your live stream often. Thanks, John. Do you like tarot cards? I really don't do tarot cards, Valid, because I understand. I'm not saying I'm not going to dismiss it, but I really don't go too much into it because I could read a card and I could tell you like this. Okay, Violet. Somebody's jealous of you. Somebody in your family has a problem with you. They've been talking about you behind your back, so this is what to me I watched him do. And you like, oh, think about it. They'll say a name or they'll give you a certain name. I'm thinking this person. And I'm saying that all of them, some of them are really good. But some of them is just profit, monetary value. Do you remember any of your past lives? Maybe your answer is there. Davis, no. But I want you to tell me the question what witches are. Because you said something about witches. You said, what is the history? You said, what is the history? And did any witches live there? Because I want y'all to understand when you say witches. The reason I want to say that, David, is because this is the thing. When they call people witches, so let me teach you how the world works. You can make a mistake and open. Amen, John. That's why. Amen, John. You could make a mistake with tarot cards, baby, and you could open up something that you was not ready for. Oh my God, John, I've told. Anyway, witches actually are discovered and who can here on the planet. They are reality. No, witches. This is what witches are. Witches are people who burn candles, do seances. This is the original witches come from. They burn candles and they pray over them. And they got the title of witches because they didn't understand them. So they call them witches. They also call people vampires. They call people vampires because they are the ones who come to suck the life out of you. It's not like they stick their teeth into your neck, but they use it as a metaphor for you to get the idea of what's happening. What they do is they take your energy and they pull it from you. And the way they pull it from you is that they start working on you. They start telling you you're less than. They start making you feel like you're less worth. There are spirits out here that moves that way. And what they'll do, they'll find an entity which is really weak, like a person that want to commit suicide, a person that's given up hope, a person that wants to die. It's easy to transfer inside of a person that way. Also, shape shifters. Shifters are spirits who transfer within clothes and statues and lamps and stuff. And like you'll be looking at a lamp like, oh my God, this lamp feels funny. Oh, this shirt just look funny. Those are shapeshifters. Your third eye is letting you know something is there. Yes, vampires are real. Some are born. But vampires is a metaphor. People call themselves vampires. They drink the blood and all this stuff with that term. TV land. My mother's family does witchcraft and dreams, and their family members, stepmothers, and their aunties does stuff like chasers. Sometimes they sound like my mother's family do witchcraft. But see, that's the thing about it. Witchcraft and witchcraft. Oh God, please don't let me have a stroke on this live. Witchcraft can be seen as candle burning. Like people pray over a candle, oh Lord Jesus, they call that witchcraft. In the same breath, when you go to church, you have a bunch of candles burning. So in church, it's not witchcraft, but when you do it alone, it's witchcraft and voodoo. Make it make sense. Yes, vampires are real. Some of them, but see, they're not literally vampires. They're just spirits of people we call vampires. And they are the ones who suck the energy out of other people. And they're usually in a human form. Some vibration people we have metaphors, everything. Yeah, some people got everything. But I don't know it all. I don't know it all because everybody's different. Like I said before, you know, there are a lot of people out here that are broken, and it's easier to work with them when they've given up, when the beat down has been too much, and you know, sometimes the strongest person become weak, and they stop talking is when they share their stories and people shoot them down. They make noises at our windows. Okay, but that's different for you. One, I don't know. Everybody deals with different things differently, so I'm not gonna say no. They exist. They don't come near humans, but that's not true, Davis. But anyway, yes, that's very true, Raven. Some people are broken. They used to trick people, and then anyway, no, they don't come out on Halloween. I understand the whole metaphor. That Halloween is supposed to be something totally different than something else. But anyway, it is what it is. That's your truth, and it is what it is. But okay, it's a lot that we go through in this world, and it's a lot. Even sometimes I would always feel presence touching my body, cuddling me. Oh yes, Violet. Oh yes. Oh yes. You can have spirits that's in love with you, Violet. Oh yes. You can have spirits that love you. And also, you could have spirits of your past ancestors that's looking at you because you look exactly like the ones that's dead. And they think that that's the one that's dead. You're them because you're wearing their face, but you're really not them. But they see you and you look like them. So they touch you like, hey, my God, I miss you, beautiful. And it's like, you don't know me. It's not me. You got mistaken for somebody else. That's what's happening because you're alive and they passed on. Um, you seem to be in good spirits today. No, I'm fine, John. I just came on here to be with y'all for a second. I shouldn't be on here with y'all at all, actually, because my pressure's up too high. And my pressure's up this high, I'm having bad nosebleeds. So when I get bad nosebleeds, that the doctor told me that I have to watch my health because I'm literally dying. Sometimes I feel touches on my butt. Okay, one. I mean, spirits do what they want, you know. I mean, everybody has different experience sometimes, but just don't get the witch riding your back is what they call it. That's when a spirit, there are good spirits and bad spirits. Keep that in mind. And also, there are good people and bad people. Sometimes bad people die and they don't transfer over and they stay here. And guess what? They get pissed off and they run. They whisper bad things into your ear. Oh, today's a bad day. Everything is just going wrong. And I hear that you can't see them and they're talking to you. You start getting real depressed. Like it's like Poltergeist. You ever see Poltergeist, the movie? When a girl says they already know what bothers you, they know your weakness. So they know what to say to make you depressed. So all of a sudden, at the clear blue sky, you start thinking of things that make you sad. That means the spirit is standing there talking in your ear, and you thinking that it's you, but it's not you. They're talking in your ear. Some people get scared. People leaving this live, they're like, "Oh, Raven, this is scaring me." But the thing about it is that they're working on you mentally and stuff. So you could always say in the blood of Jesus, or and they'll run away and stuff. God needs to come save us. God already has saved us one, you know. But it's just we as people, not all of us, we what we do is we praise bad things. We praise hate. We pray for hate. We don't pray for goodness. And then we keep saying, why do these children kill? Why do people kill? We pray for bad things. We promote bad things. We are rewarded for bad things because we increase hate in this world. If we increase love and acceptance, even when it comes to the church, a lot of more love will be happening. A lot more people will be doing more love. And I hate to say this, but it's realistic. When Obama was in office, the world was shifting. The whites and the blacks and the Jews and everybody was starting to get along. Everything seemed totally different. The whole vibration was totally different. How Revelation, everything was picking up different. Everything was going so smooth and everything. And then it reminds me of the Bible. There was the good angel, and then there was Lucifer. Lucifer was fallen from grace. I'm not going to tell you which president it is, but there was the angel that was positive and made love in the world. Just when Obama, not saying Obama was like a god, don't get it misconstrued or whatever, but the thing is like he brought this whole love within the world. The spirit of the world was changing. Not saying everything was perfect, but the shift in the world was changing. The white people see the black people think it was just shifting a lot more different. It wasn't 100%, but it was shifting there. It was going there. When black people were more accepting, it was pulling. Then Obama got out the office. And once he left a big space. A big space. And this space, it could be filled with a female, which was Hillary, or a male, which was Trump. So you have to understand, Hillary was not great with everything she did, but through the process of growth, she tried to right her wrong and fix it. We're all not perfect. So we knew she was trying to fix a lot of things. She was trying to do a lot of things and a whole bunch of other things. Then you had Trump, who cared about Trump. And what he did was he used trickery, lies, and everything. I'll make you all believe that I'm for you. And at the end of the day, when it all comes about, I'm going to pull it all back. And then what happened was the people that supported him start watching him turn against him. And then they realized they were in trouble. Everybody started abandoning ship. You know good make people want to thrive and go forward with you. And you know bad only make things start going down. So when things start going down, guess what happens? The world become very negative, and the force of the world becoming negative, and the force of the world coming negative. We have reality shows that basically if you do something bad, you get money. You get bloggers. The whole thing is to do it, is to show the bad part of everybody. And then you sit up there and you want to get rewarded for this, but in the same breath, you don't want nobody to do this to you, but you're going to share everybody's business. And you realize that you are destroying another person's life, but you don't care because it's all for blogging. You got social media, which is the feed of the world praising bad behavior and praising the devil's work, which means that the devil starts to rise. And when the devil rises, all the hatred grows and everything becomes bad. And everybody start doing bad things and people stop caring. But as humans, we can always fix the wrong. When we realize we have a president and things were not going the right way, and he pulled back a lot and took a lot and this and said a lot of things, even to the handicap and to the women and everything else. When it came down to that, you even have women supporting him. when they shouldn't have, but they did anyway. But women has been known to betray other women. That's not unheard of. Women been doing this for years. For a man, another woman will kill. That's why they got a whole series called For My Man. Because women will kill for another man, for a man. Even though she know he's wrong, she'll still stand and support him. But anyway, so through the fact that we have so much hate growing within this world, that's why a lot of times people get to the point they could kill you. They could kill us. People could sit in prison. People could don't even care. And the thing about it is, we're in a world. We're in a war right now. Good versus evil. Good versus evil. Now, George Floyd was murdered by the cop, right? He put his, and the thing about it was, remind you, they were friends. They knew each other. On a counterfeit bill that wasn't counterfeit, but he died from it. Now, remind you, your friend has got his knee on your neck. Due to the fact that the hatred within the world has grown and Trump is in the office that gave him a superior form. I'm white. I got this sleeve down here and I got my knee on their neck and I'm pushing into it. Now, this is my friend. This is my friend. So this is my friend that's going to kill me. George Floyd wasn't real anyway. So the thing about it was, he set up there and everything. My friend got his name and ends up killing him. He's out of my mouth. Now remind you, if we had more love in this world, what he could have did was handcuffed him and put him in the back of the car. Period. To just sit there and put your knee on him. You have 4 other cops. You could have put him in the car and left it, but they didn't. End up killing him. The hatred within the world. The man, they arrested the cop and gave him $1 million, $1 million something fine for him to get out of bond, to get out of jail. And guess what happened? In the world of hate, he was out before the month was over. $1 million. He was out of jail before the month was over. We talking about $1 million. He was out. And the lady in the store, somebody probably saw on YouTube, she's like, "What are you doing out here? You killed George Floyd, and here it is, you killed him, and you already out." And that came from a white woman. She was like, "What the hell are you doing here?" Hail, Malia Hawkins. And that's the thing about it. And that's to show you that the heat in the world has grown. Now, if you're asleep, you don't get it. But it's real. Now, if the love in the world was grown, he would never been dead. He just went to jail, found out that the bill was real and not counterfeit. And anyway, Raven, what's your opinion on girls getting pumped? I mean, girls gonna do what they want to do. You know, the thing about it is, you can't police people's body. In the beginning, when girls get their bodies done, because they want to be passable and they want to be accepted within society terms of being real. We as two-spirit people put so much heartache and pain on other two-spirit people, and also gay men and two-spirit women put so much hard on a girl who hasn't had any work done and work hard so bad that she, through pressure, get work done, and sometimes her life ends up taken for it. Because I talked about this in the last line. She gets work done, and she's getting work done on her body, and cisgender women are too. And we're basically playing Russian roulette with our bodies because of the look. Do you think it's safe or necessary? I mean, the thing about it is, there's certain ways of it could be safe, but nothing is 100%. You could go get your butt done. You could get bags, and you could get a whole bunch of things. If your body says no, then your body says no. So it depends on your body and what your body can handle. So I can't police anybody what they want to do with their body because I don't know what their struggle is, and it's not fair for me to say anything of what somebody should do. A dangerous game, but do want my tails done, honey. Okay, John. Passability isn't even the goal in some people's transition. That's true. Like I said, every girl is different. Every girl is different. Everybody meets it differently. And everybody they label being a two-spirit woman is not really a two-spirit woman. Some of them are just cross-dressers. I don't even go down that rabbit hole because there's so much about that I could talk about. That's not even true. Even when there are certain people who are not two-spirit women, they just like to dress up like a girl. They live their whole life dressed up like a girl, but they're not trans. Because we think trans is an outfit. We think if a person cross-dresses over into another person's clothes, that they're trans. If he puts makeup on and lashes and a wig, trans. So I guess everybody on a RuPaul drag show is transgender, and they're not. But that's what society has expressed to people what trans is, and it's not even what it is. There's so many different avenues that it goes on. It doesn't set. I know gay men who got breast implants and say they're Jessica. Yeah, I seen it. People say, they do a lot of things. If they say that's what they are, then I could care less, to be honest. Hey, Jake, thanks, Queen Jake. I could get the thing about it is that if people tell me who they are, I just say, you know what? That's who you are. I don't care. I'm not going to tell you who you are. I'm not going to police your body. I'm not going to make you be what I want you to be. Who am I to tell you what to do with you? You know what I mean? If you say who you are, okay, fine. I don't care. I have no problem with that. That's not that deep for me. I'm not that deep on people. I'm just not. I just don't do that to people because I feel like when you judge people, you put them in you make them shut you off. And a person gets shut off that's always judged. What they do is they start suffering in silence because they feel like nobody really cares about how they feel. Now, there's sometimes we have sisters who go through different things that they go through and stuff. And every girl is different within their struggles. Now, of course, in the last live, it was a girl that was on here, was talking about her struggle was being passable. And she had a problem that everywhere she goes, she was so passable. She was so passable. Now, to me, I understand her journey as far as that. She feels as though that she needs to speak on it. Now, I get it, okay? But the thing about it, if you transition, you want it to become passable. So now it's questionable on why are you questioning your transition? Is it transitionary regret? That means you could detransition, which you do not want to do. So if you don't want to fix the problem, stop screaming the same thing. Oh, I'm just so passive. I'm just so passive. I'm just so passable. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to talk about it. Then you're not ready to make a solution, then let it go. Because they're bigger fish to fry. Then someone says, well, you could never, this another person who detransitioned. It was like, well, you could never be a woman anyway. Now they was two spirits, but they transitioned back. And it was like, well, I detransitioned. Okay, that's fine. It wasn't for you. So go back. Child, go. Let it go. Well, you could never be. See, this is the problem I have. You couldn't stand in your truth. So now you're going to throw what society did to you. You want to punish us. But see, we got strong skin. We'll push it back on you and say, you know what? Go, boo, boo. Because you're trying to fit in. And when you find out how this world treats you, because you couldn't stand in your truth because you wanted society to accept you. You're going to find out the truth. Society has a problem with straight men, straight women, men, gay women, two-spirit women, two-spirit men. Society got a problem with everything. So if every time society hurts you, you keep changing yourself, you'll be changing yourself for the rest of your life. You stand strong. Be an eagle, don't be a bird. All of these soul ties, them escorts, harbor, they are listen to toxic notions of being possible. I mean, the thing about it, all these soul ties, these escorts. I mean, I don't knock anybody hustle. If you're an escort, make your money, ma. Everybody has to sell their body at some point. When you go to a job working at Amazon, you selling your body too. You're just selling your body a different way. When you go to work, you got to put up working to the computer. You selling your body because without your body, you can't put that work in there. When you sit up there being a nurse, you selling your body because at the end of the day, you can't help them patients without your body. So at the end of the day, everybody's an escort. Anyway, Queen Jake, hey Jake. When someone say you could never be a woman, I say, well, you could be trans. The thing about it, I don't feed into it because they're too consumed in you. People are very consumed within you. You know, it takes a person. Everybody don't have your strength. They don't. And sometimes people get very jealous of people's strength. People who go through the war and come out, okay, some people can't do it. That's why they detransition. They can't do it. People wouldn't last a day in transit. That's true. Well, the thing about it is that it's not, see, this is the problem, I think. People become two-spirit people, like outfits, because they were never two spirits. There was a person who looked pretty as a girl. There was a person who dressed up as a girl. They was never two-spirit women. Because see, two-spirit women don't never has to put a wig on. She don't have to do none of that stuff. She can wear no makeup, can care less what you think. Those are the real deal. And every girl gets there differently. But we all have crosses to bear and on unbrainwashing. Because a lot of times we've been taught to hate who we are. And when you've been taught to hate who you are, and you have to detox the brainwashing job being done to you as a two-spirit woman, a two-spirit man, a gay man, or a trans-attracted man, people will teach you to hate you if you're not careful. Just like a man could be attracted to a two-spirit woman, there'll be somebody saying, well, he's gay. See, what they're doing is they're trying to train him to hate him. Now, I call those demons. Those are demons. Those are what I call the vampires. They come to suck the life out of you. They started putting words in your head. Now, once they leave, their voices are starting to marinate in your head. You keep hearing it. Then you start questioning yourself. People will teach you how to hate you. They use brainwashing words to do it. That's why you have to be very careful who you surround yourself around. You have to protect your spirit. You don't have to argue with people, but you do have to get your butt up and leave. Don't transfer that energy onto you. Like, well, let me just tell you something, because once you do that heat that they shifted is now to jump to you, because that's what pulls it to them. So now they got the heat, now you got the heat. So what you do is you protect that. You get up and say, okay, excuse me, you leave. Because all that right there got nothing to do with you. You got to go over here because your blessing is there. There's a blessing in that lesson. Hey, Jake. Jake, you starting to sound real familiar to me. Where you from, Queen Jake? Physically, energy, vampires. That's true, Davis. You have to protect your spirit and stuff. We live in I say this over and over and over. We are spirits inside of a body. This is not us. We're in here. Oh, you in Texas? Okay. We're inside of here. This ain't us. We're in here. We're looking through these eyes. We're You ever see like robots and stuff? Sometimes they show you when you're inside a mechanical robot. That's us. We're in here. And when these bodies become old and start deteriorating like a car rust, we leave this body and we go to another model, which is brand new. We start over. But a lot of times people ain't ready to accept it either. So, you could only tell people certain things, and you try to share what you know and remind you everything I'm telling y'all. Dead people taught me this. Dead people taught me everything. I have not read any of this stuff in the book. I learned all this stuff from dead people. Everything I'm sharing with y'all, I heard from dead people. So I'm not telling y'all nothing I read in the book. Nothing. So my teaching has been through that and stuff. So, and I express a lot, and I understand a lot of people, it takes time. But the one thing I try to express is that you have to protect your spirit. Because everything not good for you. And what will happen is somebody will come into your life that's in a form of everything you like. And that's a trick. Not all the time. But they come in a form of everything you like. And you will know if they're for you or not by the little things they say. You have to come to a point, oh my God, you're so beautiful, you're so perfect for me. Start listening to their words. Now, instead of start saying words like, oof, why you look like that? And your stomach go, what's wrong? Well, I mean, the way you look, you could try to fix yourself up, this and that. Now, there's a thing called help, and there's a thing called criticism. When people are giving their advice on you and you didn't ask for it, that's unwanted comments. And if they know if it hurts your feelings, they wouldn't say it. What they would do is, I call it lead you to the water. Excuse me. Hey boo, got you this. Like you be slowly giving them things to show them things. And it's all in the approach. It's all in the approach. Now, if a person is for you, you're gonna know. If a person is against you, you're gonna know. And a lot of times when it comes to people we're attracted to people who look like us. If you ever notice, a lot of times people who end up together, they look alike. We're attracted to ourselves. We're like, oh my God, you fine. Are y'all brothers and sisters? Y'all look alike. We're attracted to we're attracted to who we are. We're attracted to who we look like. We're attracted to our traits. We're attracted to our physical traits. We're attracted to the same things alike. We're attracted to common things. Usually people who are attracted to each other, that's not really attracted to each other. They call it oil and water. They're attracted to each other, but they're no good for each other. That means they shouldn't be together. But due to the fact that they're so physically attracted to each other, they want to stay in it. And they know they shouldn't. That's called oil and water. It is what it is. But anyway, they were talking about what's the thing called? What's some things called? What's in Texas? Texas tea. What time is this? 1:49. I was watching this thing with this other guy. What I try to do is I try to monitor my cursing. That's what abusers do. They put a little bug. Oh, yes, valid. That's true. It takes time and stuff. People are human. People have flaws. We try to get it right the best way we can. But every new person you meet, remember they got a story to tell. And if it's a man, pray that he's a man that's with a conversation and not a hurt man. Because the one thing I realized when it comes to men, if a man been let down and hurt, he's not going to open up to you quickly because he's been betrayed. And the hardest thing to do is to get a man to talk to you. Because as soon as you ask him, what's the matter with you? What's the matter? Nothing. And you know something the matter with him. What's the matter? I told you nothing. Now he doesn't want to tell you. A good man will tell you. A man that start doing things like that, it's not going to stick around long. Because what he's doing is he's separating himself from you. He's not giving you a chance to fix whatever's wrong. He wants to fix it on himself own, which he never fixes. He never fixes it. And by him not fixing it, he'll start acting certain kind of way, snapping on you, acting funny towards you. And you say, you know what? I don't know what's your problem, but I'm really getting sick of it. Now remind you, all of this didn't have to go down like this if he talked. Even women do the same thing, but men are known to do it. A woman will talk, she'll start crying, but men are known for holding things inside. And when a man holds things inside, a lot of times men suffer. And when a man suffers and refuses to talk about it, it's a downhill fall for a relationship. And then after a while, he be like, ain't nobody out here for me. There's people out here for you. It's just that you refuse to have the conversation. Only thing you had to do was talk to the person who says, listen, with compassion and love. Yeah, exactly. Well, talk to the person with compassion and love. A man could do this, but he refuses. You know why he refuses? Because as a child, he was told, be a man. Stop being so soft. What are you going to be, a sissy? Stop being like a girl. Stop doing these things. So you shut him down as a child. You tell him all his feelings are not important. Everything he says, suck it up. So you shut him down. And then when you shut him down, guess what he do? When he has a problem, when he has a problem and you want to talk to him with it, he's already been programmed to shut down. The brainwashing job. Same way we teach women how to prepare for the family, we teach the men how to be a whore. And the same people who's teaching the man how to be a whore is females, which is so weird to me. Females get upset and say men cheat, but they teach their sons how to cheat. Make it make sense. Soon as your son brings home a girl, you say, well, why just date her? Date around. Stop dating just one woman. You're too young. You need to date around a lot of girls and find the right one. You're teaching him to be a whore. Then when they do find a girl and they do decide they want to be together and they have an argument, he goes back to them other girls. All I got to do is just dip out. So then he starts cheating. Who taught him? His mama or his father. But they never want to accept accountability what they did when they took their son out there. And they told their daughter, prepare for a home, build a family, finances. They teach everything as far as having a life with the man. They teach the man not to be with the woman, but be with every woman. This is about the Grammys. I don't know about that. But this is the thing about it. With anything, we have a lot of damage that we've done. And it's going to take a while for people to address it and, deal with it within its truth. Because nothing happens overnight. Sometimes it takes years or centuries if people are willing to have the conversation to fix it. But a lot of times people want to be right. They don't want to fix it. And then if a guy brings home a girl, the mother be like, well, I don't like her. Because the mother feels like the girl is taking her spot. So she'll attack the man's girlfriend, which is crazy. But that's what we do. We have to do better, but, we have flaws. We're human. We have a lot of fixing to do. Everybody's different. Everybody has a story. I respect everybody's story. It's all in the intro of meeting people. You know, it's all in the introduction when having a conversation with anybody. It's all in the delivery. It's in the delivery. You know, and the one thing I don't like, we make other people's stories about us. Um, Prime example, this guy online, his mother died, and him and his mother was really close. And he was like, "Mommy, I miss you. I love you, mommy, mommy. You know, y'all, if y'all got a mother that's alive, give your mother a kiss. You're grateful to have a mother and stuff like that." And we understand his pain. But when it comes to the ones like me, whose parents threw you away and did abuse you and did all these things, we don't share that same story that he shares. So while he's praising his, we're not praising ours. Because the same mother you got is not our mother. You know, our mother take us and put us in a bathtub, try to drown us and kill us and all this other stuff. So he said, well, celebrate your mother. But how can we celebrate someone who wanted us dead? You know, so every mother is not a mother, every father is not a father. But, you know, within everything, people try to share different things, and, you know, that's what it is. You know, I also noticed the big thing about a lot of women can't get pregnant. So what they're doing is doing introvert. That ain't your experience, right? It's okay to not feel the same. Yeah, it's true, Davis. Did that happen to you? No, and no, mine's is a little is different, but she didn't. I can't talk about it right now only because my pressure's up too high, Jake, and I'm on blood pressure pills, and I if I go too deep, my nose is gonna start bleeding, and I can't get my pressure up. So I have to talk to y'all like I have to trend lightly, if that makes sense. We have to wait till a later date to talk about really deep issues as far as that, because um I learned through life is that when you suppress pain, your body says, I'm hurting. Even though you tell somebody, be like, okay, I'm over it, it's cool. But your body's saying, that's not cool. You know how somebody make you mad and hurt you, and you're like, okay, we good, we good. But really, you like, I want to work this, okay, I want to go to work, I want to beat your butt. But you're like, no, no, we're fine. But your body is saying the truth. So when you go and you don't deal within the truth, your body start getting sick. And that's what I'm going through. So my pressure goes up high blood pressure, heart attack, stroke, and all this other stuff. You know, it is what it is. So this is the reason why I tell you, when people do things to you that y'all don't like, to just walk away. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to be in a hospital depending on someone's help and they ain't showing up. You know, God bless the ones who need other people's help in order to survive in this world, you know, because it is what it is. And I don't know. So I got up yesterday. Someone told me to wash my hair with fabric softener. I think yeah, fabric softener. And I washed it. It actually feels softer. But somebody said it's some downy. But this thing's still shedding. Look at this. It's still shedding. I'll never buy no more of these wigs though. This is the last of the Mohegan. I think I spend more time on watching this shit than I have watching it. Than wearing it. You know. Anyway. Anything else y'all want to talk about before I call it a night? While y'all got me here on this day. How long could you stay up? don't sleep. If I go to sleep, I'm gonna. If I go to sleep, I'm gonna wake up around. I'm gonna wake up around a whole bunch more times. I'm not gonna sleep. I'm not. I'm not allowed to sleep. You know. And I think what's happening is that there is a tear in the ozone layer, which means that a lot of dead people are walking on the earth. They used to come out at 3:30, go in at 4, but now they're walking on the earth a lot now. So a lot of people who are spiritually connected to dead people are saying, I can't sleep. I got insomnia. Those are the people who connected to dead people. I mean, the spiritual world. And they're not going to let them sleep. Because if they don't let you sleep, you could see them. Like you could physically see them. But if they let you sleep, it's going to kind of pull you away from them. Because it opens your third eye. So, 200, you're coming. Thank you, Davis. You're exactly what we're going to. You're exactly what we're going to. Yeah. And that's the thing about it is that we're all spiritual people, but, we all growing too. We don't know everything. But, we may do. The planet is going under. That's so true, Davis. And I wanted to buy this. I bought this black wig for $10. I could just imagine. I bought a black wig for $10 on Wishlist. Then they said they could give me another wig lashes for free. You just pay for the shipping. I was like, no. I saw this girl around my way. She was tall. She was walking past me. She had the black hair on. She had did the bangs and the baby hairs and put it up. I'm 57 and I don't believe people love anymore. I think today is nothing but lust. This is why I'm alone. The thing is, Albert, is I'm there with you, but don't think that way of thinking. Because you know what? Someone that's for you is looking for you. It's kind of like you was almost at the door, but you gave up. So keep interviewing people. There are good people in this world. Trust and believe there are good people out here. Unfortunately, your spirit is going to, if it's good, it's going to get deterred because your good spirit is going to get a lot of bad people. Your biggest job is going to be when they're bad and you know it to leave. That's it. Stop trying to fix something when it's not for you. It wasn't for you. So their job is to act like a fool, but your job is to get rid of them. In order to get to the blessing, you have to learn the lesson. And the lesson is that you have to leave. Instead of letting your spirit being darkened, you have to leave the person. Would you even adopt kids? I thought about that, G. I wanted kids. At some point. At first, I never wanted kids because I was like, if this world treat me like this, I don't want to bring a baby here because this world is mean. I mean, it's really mean. And I was like, oh my God. Like this world was not very welcoming to me. And the world could turn you mean too. If enough people treat you mean, you could become the one thing you hate. And that's mean. So you have to be careful. Of those energies that you take on. Did y'all see Beyonce's Ivory Park jogging suits? Oh my God, I love it. I love that. I still watch it. I was watching it. The Ivory Park. She got this one, just like a one piece, and I think it's yellow in the middle and green. I love that. Oh God. I know I could rock my body in that thing. I love it. I think that is so cute. I love that. My friend was like, I was talking to this guy. He never been with someone like me before. And he was supposed to come to my house. He actually came to my house. I met in person. And he stood me up 3 times. He stood me up 3 times. Like, I'm going to come. He didn't show up. I'm going to come. He didn't show up. Okay. After meeting me in person. But he kept saying, I want to see you today. I want to see you. He didn't come. And this is the thing. This is the thing I want you to try to keep in mind. 3 times he was supposed to come here. 3 times he didn't come. Are y'all with me? 3 times he's supposed to come here. 3 times he didn't come. Have anybody ever been stood up? Have anybody ever been stood up? Somebody was supposed to come and they didn't come. Okay. I guess it's just me and you, Jake. So when you are stood up, if you're stood up, you as a person, God asks God, if it's not for me, God, block it. If it's not for me, God, this person's not for me, God, block it. God, send me the right man. Send me the right woman. Send me someone that can love me. So when the person don't show up, that's God letting you know they're not the one. So they'll do something to the person to block it. They send them somewhere else. And like, listen, I'm trying to tell you this is not the one. They may look like the one. They may have the body like the one, but this not. I keep blocking them from getting to you. Listen to my signs. They ain't showing up because I'm trying to help you. But you like, oh, you so busy focusing on, oh, I can't believe why you ain't showing up. This is messed up what you're doing to me. God is blocking you for something that you're not going to be ready for. That's not the one. Physically, that's what you want. But God sees things way more bigger than you do. So while you're having a fit that the person didn't show up, it's because God thinks that you've been through enough. And what you need to do is say, okay, I see it, God, and let it go. Even though you may say, like, I really like this person, this was fine, we vibe, but they keep doing this because they were not for you. Because it's a lot that they're doing you don't know. It's a lot of lies they told you you don't know. You're being deceived on so many levels that you don't know. So you're being blocked. So it's kind of like that song a girl said, God save me from myself. Leandra Johnson. Yeah, I read that song. And that's what's happened to you. So when these things happen to you, don't get mad. Just say thank God and just move on. Don't have an argument with this person. Don't have a conversation with them. Just let it go. Prove me wrong that I'm lying about people in Nashville. No, you have to give yourself a chance, Albert. I just think you're tired of interviewing. But I do believe in what you're saying in your conversation. It is a lot. I mean, I can see where you're coming from. I feel the same way. But trust and believe there is somebody out there looking for you. There is. You just haven't found the right one. You know, and it takes time. And I know you're probably sick of the interviewing process because it's a long interview. And you're like, oh my God, I'm still interviewing people. Like, when is the right one going to show up? Every person that comes through that you send on this way, you pass the test. You go on to the next level, the next level, the next level, next level. But you have to get rid of them. You have to get rid of the lesson in order to get the blessing. You're in the lesson, but now you get the blessing once you get rid of the lesson, if that makes sense. Now, when a person show up, they may not look the way you wanted them to look. They may not be as tall, they may not be as beautiful, they may not be, but everything about their spirit is lined up with yours. Now that's the bigger test. But it's up to you. It's up to you, but I get it. I feel the same way too. Um, I felt like nobody's up. But see, I'm not looking. Like I'm done. I do know there's good people out there because I've seen it. I go online and I see it. That's one thing I love about YouTube is that I get to go online and I get to look at love and I watch people in love and I watch how people be so happy with each other. Then I go to the comment section to watch how people be hating on them for being in love, jealous and envy and hatred, and instead of supporting their love and saying you look beautiful and let it go. I saw this one couple, some girl on the live was telling the girl that her man is gay and all this other stuff. Just being mean. Just being mean. I'm not looking either. Me neither, Davis. Like I'm tired. I can't. And I can't. But see, the thing with me, Davis, is that I can't be doing these murders. And the girls being murdered. And I can't be doing these murders. And I keep saying to y'all, it's somebody you know. And see, that's the problem I'm having. Because I've been thinking about this for years. I'm like, well, how do we keep getting killed? Who is killing these girls? How is these girls getting killed? Now, all these girls being killed was not passable. So I don't want to hear nothing about, no, she tricked me and stuff like that. Because all these girls were not passable. A lot of them was, well, I'm very beautiful. All of them are beautiful within their own right, but it's no way in hell you're going to tell me all of them was passable. And then all of a sudden, you killed her because she tricked you. Come on now. You're alive for the two-spirit community. Davis, I'm flawed. I mean, I appreciate it. But Raven got a lot of flaws. I try to keep what I learned to help people. But every last one of y'all stories, I get y'all. Like I get it. I get it. Everybody on here got a story to tell. And everybody on here been through some stuff. Because this world could be something else. I have a big heart because I love to give, but never get it back. And I'm not a negative person. So don't get me wrong. I have a lot of love to give. And the thing about it is, Albert, and that's fine. You're a beautiful person, but you have to pull back a little bit. Stop giving. Not make them, but watch signs that they earned it. Let them earn it. Don't just give it all away all the time. Just give them little spells and pieces, but let them earn it. That they are the one. Because when they show you they're the one, because they do. This is how you know they're the one. They start doing all the stuff you do for other people. They're doing it for you. That's how you know they're the one. They walk through the door. They got you a sandwich. They got you a shirt. They got you something. You know what I mean? It's like them little things. Got 2 bags of potato chips, bought your juice. Like they're always thinking about you. Then you'll know they're the one. It could be a can of soda, a bag of potato chips. Hey, bro, got you this. So how you know I bought you soda? They're the one. But if the person walked through the door ain't got nothing for you to all look, well, could I? They're the one. Oh, well, flaws and all. So thank you, Miss Davis. But it's surprising. I mean, nobody wants to do the interview. And that's the thing, because we're tired of the BS. And I get it. We're tired of being hurt. It takes a lot of energy to see if somebody's out there. And they are out there. But you just have to leave relationships sooner and stop trying to figure them out when you already know it's not working. Stop staying in there when you know you gotta go. When you gotta go, you gotta go. And a lot of times you're gonna be leaving people you really attracted to, really like, but your spirit is letting you know you gotta go. They're not the ones for you. It is what it is. But don't let other people stop what's really going to make you happy. Because what make you happy could even be bigger than you could imagine. You could be like, oh my God, I know I was going to find somebody, but not to this capacity. You know, that's the world we're living in. You just have to, I always say it's the interview process. You have to interview people. And I know it's tiresome because I know it's disappointments. Because the men I've met, I mean, it's like you said, it's just one sex. And that's it. That's all they want is sex. In the age of technology, ain't nobody tricking these dudes. Yeah. Well, the thing about it is, what I said before, Davis, there are people in our circle. They already know who we are. When I say that, they already know who we are. They already know who we are. You know, and then then the thing about it, it makes you question, well, damn, why am I not dead? You know, because I've been around mothers live. So, why am I still here? Because the man I messed with could have killed me. And I fell asleep with guys. I had no idea that the man in my bed could kill me. Like, those things never went through my head. I was happy to have a boyfriend or dating someone. And I never thought he would kill me. Those thoughts never went through my head. The only time those stories start going through my head when I got on YouTube and I started doing these stories. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, it's like a page turner. I know they know that's my point, their line. Yeah, it's a page turner, but it is what it is. But anything that's lined up for you, it's going to be for you. The only thing I have a problem with is a lot of married men want to be with me. Like, a lot of married men will leave their wives to be with me. Like, I'm like, yo, the pattern is crazy. I went to a psychic about that. She said in my first life, I slept with all, I guess at that time before this world, I slept with all the husband's wives. In this life, I'm sleeping with all the wives' husbands. But that's what she said. So I don't know if that's true or not either. So, it is what it is. This world is so compromised, I don't know. But see, the thing about it is, a lot of times, a lot of these girls are getting killed in compromising situations. Now, this girl just got killed, Sims. She was in her car, and she was murdered in her car. And the man sitting next to her in her car jumps out and runs after killing her. And I don't want to hear nothing about, no, she tricked me and all that stuff. Because she didn't even try to do the action. She was beautiful within her own right. But my thing is this. He knew who she was. He knew what was up. And then on top of that, you killed her. Do you making a run for it? This is the thing that gets me. The reason why I say our guard be down, because there's no battle scars on the girls. Like, there's no punching. There's no him getting scratched or some material or something. There's never none of that when I'm doing these stories. And it's not like we can't fight. So we have to feel safe with somebody who's killing us. We have to feel safe. So In order to kill us, you had to make us feel like you was a part of us. And it wasn't. And that's how it's going. You know, it's horrible. I never forget when I used to come outside, I used to go to the bus stop and wait for the bus. And this short guy used to come out. I don't know, he worked in a store across the street. And he started talking to me. This is before I became um evil as hell. I'm not evil. I just don't. I divorced the world. Like I don't speak to people on the street. You know, they call me a you stuck up bitch and all whatever. Call me what you want. But he used to come to me. He say to me, "Do you think I'm ugly?" Never mind, he's a perfect stranger. He said, "You think I'm ugly?" He was sweeping the ground because he worked at the store. I was like, "No, you're not ugly. Like, why would you think you ugly?" He said, "Because it's hard for me to find somebody." He was really short though. And I think the reason why he had a problem finding somebody because he was short. You know, and for some reason, a lot of short men go through the complex of being short. And all girls are like, I want a tall man, I want a man shorter than me, you know. So they get to hear all that, you know, broken stuff. And a lot of times a short person will find somebody really tall. You know, I guess, you know, it is what it is. So anyway, this store got robbed. And the guy who worked there used him as a shield so he wouldn't get murdered. So they was shooting. They grabbed him and used him as a shield, and they killed him. Have your spirit. I would love to. I would love to have you as my friend, just someone to talk to. You're sexy and compliment natural. Thank you, Albert. I'm always around. Go on my Instagram and my DMs like everybody else do. I talk to everybody behind the scenes. Trust and believe. I'm approachable as long as you come the right way. If you act crazy, my block, I'll block in a minute. But if you're cool, I'm cool with you. You know, as long as it's respectful, I would never disrespect you. Just keep that same energy with me. You know, I talk to everybody. There's my Instagram. You could always DM me and talk to me. I talk to everybody. It's not like I'm unreachable. You know, I'm available to people when they want to talk to me and stuff. You know, privately, of course. Not disrespectful ways, and don't be sending me no D's and no, you know, no all that extra. I'm like disrespect. You know what I mean? I met a guy. We had a respectful conversation. We met in person, and it became very disrespectful. And it was a trick. And I ended up blocking him, but I met him in person. He lives about 5 minutes away from me. He acted like a fool, but he was on some whole other level stuff. And to be honest, what it did was it drained me. So I definitely understand how you feel about that, Albert. People could drain your energy because it's like I allowed you to come to my house and only to be for you to act like a fool, you know, and it makes you kind of push people back away, you know, but whatever don't kill you makes you stronger. Because I always said a lot of things I've turned around and did it, you know, so it is what it is, but it is what it is. I was talking to my super in my building and stuff, and we're pretty cool. And I was telling him that he was like, "You have a height complex." I said, "Yeah, I have a height complex because I'm tall, and everywhere I go, everybody's short." Now I see some tall girls, so I see some tall guys. I'm not, and God will send people my way, and I see girls taller than me and tall, and I'll see them, and I know God is watching what I'm doing, and I know that what the world shows me, God will show me something totally different. So what I'll do is I try not to manifest in what the world does, because God has shown me tons of times. So never me, I'm better than that. Yeah. So I've seen it tons of times, but I learned that a lot of us are more alike than different. But everybody has a story, and everybody got their own trials and tribulations. And the only thing I just suggest to people, just let it be their story. Don't make it about you, because that's what we're known to do. Somebody says, well, that's this. Somebody said, well, I'm going through this, and well, this is what I do. So at that point, you cut them off. Now, when a person tries to share with you, hey, pretty, a person tries to share with you, you just listen and hear them out, you know, and let it go. A lot of times, but sometimes people are crazy. I mean, I'm gonna call a thing a thing. Sometimes people are like really not, and life lessons have broke them down. Like, you can't fix this. So at that point, when they get to that point, you like, listen, um, I know a doctor or a therapist. If they come at you, you just gotta let it go. You don't gotta go, well, let me tell you something. I'm telling you, let it go. Don't pull that energy up in you to attack back. Just let it go. Just let it go. It's not worth it. Because people have been through a lot, and a lot of times people can't deal with a lot of things. And they'll attack you on something that has nothing to do with you. So you have to be careful of that as well. And you just have to be aware. you know. And when dealing with anybody, remember, everybody got a story and everybody's dealing with something. So even though you met the person, now you need to meet the real person of what they've been going through. Whenever I meet a person that I'm interested in, I said, what has life done to you that just wasn't right? They be like, oh, Raven, if I only, I said, go for it. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about it. You know, a man usually like when you want to find out what he's going through and listen. You have to channel your humble side where you don't really interrupt him and just hear him out, to hear what he has to say. Even if the woman is hurting, you have to hear out and just listen. Because sometimes people think tough love work, and tough love don't work. I was talking to this one guy. He was telling me about his sister. He's like, I told her I've been to jail and I done did this and this and that. And here it is. You can't do that. I say, yo, that's not how you handle her. She's hurting. This girl is hurting. He said, but that's my sister. And I said, yo, listen, that's not how you handle her. If she's hurting, find out why she's hurting. She could have been raped and she hasn't told you yet. She could have been trying to kill herself and she hasn't told you yet. But you coming at her combative is not going to help her. What she's going to do is she's going to shut down. At this point, she's going to be like this. Never mind. And at that point, she's in danger. You have to watch how you approach people. It's all in delivery. And if a woman is screaming and hollering, you have to say, what's the matter? And when she tells you, you just go, you know what? What can we do to fix this? I'm with you. I'm on board. And then show her different ways. Well, she says, well, we could do this too. You find way. It's so easy to help people through it if you just listen and hear them out and just go, okay, we could do this if you want. How about this? And they be like, okay, and this is what we're going to do. You take a piece of paper, you write it down. It's like, yo, this is what we're going to do. And write this piece of paper down, like, yo, this is what we're going to do. And you show them different things and say, well, this day we're going to do this, we're going to do it, And you give her a plan. Sometimes you put it on paper and somebody can see it. They're like, oh, okay. Then that's what I think about that paper, because now you don't put it in their head. Because now you gave her a positive, or him, a positive plant in his head that he's going to remember when things come up. Like, oh, well, he'll refer back to that paper and go, you know what? I remember what I need to do. I'm thinking about, okay, it helps them. You'd be surprised how much a positive thing you could do to somebody that's hurt. That can help them do a lot of things if they're willing to have the conversation with you without you judging them or shutting them down. And I believe a lot of times that happens with a lot of people. We have a lot of broken people out here, especially people that are homeless and stuff. I was watching this one lady on YouTube. She's homeless and she says she sleeps on the streets and stuff. She looked like she was a very beautiful girl, but they done beat her up so bad. She lives on the street and she says, this can happen to you. You can be homeless. And it's very true. And the thing is like, once upon a time, I was the person who go out and try to find her to bring her here. Yeah, go listen. But due circumstances and what I've learned that a lot of times, if I bring her here or the person here, they wasn't mentally ready to be repaired. And even though you could try to work through to help them, if they're not ready, it is not in your control. You can't do nothing. I had a boyfriend that was homeless, and he was living on the street. He was sleeping in the trains and stuff. This is this is way before I didn't even know nothing about homeless people. Like I knew people get homeless stuff, but I really didn't know the depths of homelessness. You know what I mean? Like when I see somebody pushing a cart, I just would just look at them. I didn't think nothing of it. I just looked at them. That was it. And that was it. I didn't think nothing of it. As you got older, you start realizing that person was hurt. That person was at the last end. A lot of things you realize a lot when you get older. You see clearer things now. So when I saw him being a young guy, living on a train, being homeless, and I didn't know he was homeless because he was trying to talk to me. He saw me on the streets, like, how you doing? And I thought it was funny. It's funny how we met. Me and him talk about this, him and I. We talked about this a couple of days ago. Yeah, I'm friends with all my exes. We're still in touch. And except the girl. And I won't go to her. But she would call me, but I kind of bagged on her. I'm not ready for her. But he was homeless and stuff, and I didn't know he was homeless. And homeless don't always look homeless. So this is in the beginning. So I was more new to everything, and I was in New York City, which I had no idea many things in New York. I just loved New York, and I didn't know all the dark spots of being in New York. So I wasn't aware of a lot of things. There was a lot of homeless people. Also didn't know that there were a lot of bad people that would, try to rape you. And like, I wasn't aware of these things. So when I met him, I was at a bar and I walked up the street to go get me some coffee because I was about to go home. And I was driving, so I wanted to get my car and go home. But before I go home, I want to have coffee because in case I'm about to fall asleep behind the wheel, I want to be awake. What's up, Violet? She probably went to sleep. She probably got tired. And so I met him and stuff. He walked up to me and stuff, and he was like, how you doing? Say what's up. And he said, oh, you went to the store and you bought your coffee and you didn't buy me nothing. So he came at me like that, like I'm new to this. This is nighttime, like around 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And I didn't know what he's talking about. So at that point, hey, XB. So at that point, I'm looking at him like, he said, you ain't bought me no drink. You ain't bought me nothing. So I'm looking at this energy and I'm watching him. So I was like, okay. So I'm walking away. He's walking behind me. He's like, you ain't bought me. So I'm like, okay, I may have to hit this guy. I may have to hit him because he's walking behind me. He's hollering at me for not buying him some coffee. I do not know this man. Now you would have thought then I would have known had anger issues, but I I never realized I had anger issues back then. I realized I did have it now, but I didn't realize it until now. So he was following behind me. I went to the bar. He says, "Oh, you didn't buy me." So I turned around, standing in front of the bar, because I was like, okay, it's something about to jump off. I'm at the bar where I kind of feel safe because they know who I am. So I'm watching, waiting for him to walk past. He crosses the street. He's walking up to me. "So you didn't buy me nothing." And then he started doing this silly stuff, like crazy. If you ever seen in Living Color, Marlon, on the Living Color, the Wyan brothers or whatever, his name is Marlon. He was acting real silly like him, and he was trying to make me laugh. So I was like, oh, okay. So that's how I met him. And we started talking, and I got a good look at him. And it looks like the singer Genuine, My Pony. He looked like him. When I got a look at him, I was like, oh. And he was Puerto Rican. So I was like, okay, he's cute. So I'm looking at him and everything, and we started walking and talking. Now, remind you, I was in a full-blown relationship, but the guy I was with, child, that's funny. I never talk about him. I've never made a video about him. I've never talked about him for 2 years. I never talked about him. Never. Because I was so happy that a man wanted me, that I was willing to accept anything as long as he loved me. And the one thing he did, when I was with for 10 years, I wasn't allowed to hold his hands. I wasn't allowed to kiss him. I wasn't allowed any affection with him. If I would touch him, he was like, get off me. Like, so when I broke up with him, I had nothing to lose because I felt nothing. He made sure we was together for 10 years and I never touched him. And my ex-boyfriend used to be like, why are you with him and you're an affectionate person and he don't want you to touch him? I was like, because he accepts me. And sometimes you'll take anything because he didn't leave me. Like other men would leave, he didn't leave. And I would give him the world. But when it came to me, he would just do a lot of messed up things. And on my birthday, we fell out a whole lot. I mean, it was just horrible. But I stayed because, but we fell out a whole lot. And our relationship been over. It been over 3. We was living in this apartment and the rent was $400 a month. He got into a problem with people in the building. We had to move. I had to move because of him. $400 a month, 1 bedroom. Perfect. Right down. 2 blocks over, I'm downtown Newark. Walk down the street, I'm at Penn Station. I had to leave this $400 apartment because of him. So I had to leave there. So I had bought him dogs and stuff. I don't want to go too much in there, but anyway. So back to the one I met. So I met him, and it's so weird. I met him on September the 9th, 2011. September the 9th. No, September the 10th, 2011. September the 10th, 2011. Yeah. September 10th, 2011. Yeah. No, September the 8th. I met him September the 8th. Yeah, September the 8th, 2011. Because the next day, the World Trade Center was attacked. The next day, the World Trade Center was attacked. I was there in New York when the World Trade Center was being attacked. I was right down near where the World Trade Center was at. When it was happening, it was right down the street. So we was right there when the World Trade Center was being attacked. And we didn't really know it because we was on the side street talking. And I had drove him. I asked him where he lived. He said, I live in the subway. So I drove him to the subway station because I didn't know what to do. I said, give you my number. And I gave him my number and said, get in contact me. When I got home, I went to my ex and I was like, well, what's going on? I said, well, you got to get up and stuff and go to work. And so I went to his room. We had 2 different rooms. And no, when I got home, my ex was out the house. He was gone. He was out the house. It was out the house. Because when I got home, he wasn't there. He went to work. So I called this phone. So I bought him a phone. I had a phone. He had a phone. So I bought a phone. And for the first time in 10 years, this man answered his phone. He never answered his phone. He never, ever, ever answered his phone. I was like, every time I call, you never answer the phone. He said, I'll be busy. And he answered the phone. And I told him, I said, I got something I got to tell you. He said, what? I said, in your building, it's on fire. He said, what are you talking about? I said, your building is on fire. He said, what? I said, you're in the World Trade. I said, get out the building. It's on fire. He said, so he called the man. He said, they said the building. He said, my friend said the building on fire. It was like, no. I said, listen, get out the building. It's on fire. And then he's like, okay, I'm gonna get out. So he hung the phone up. And now I'm sitting here and I'm watching the news and I'm watching the World Trade Center on fire. And I just hung up with him. So now I'm like laying in bed and I'm looking at this whole thing. Then all of a sudden, I saw a plane going to the World Trade Center. I was like, oh my God. So at this point, I'm panicking. Oh my God, is he dead? So I'm like calling him back up. I'm like, yo. Then the phone said, like everybody's phone went dead. I'm like, oh my God. So now I'm like, oh my God, what I'm gonna do. So then I'm calling on the house phone. I'm calling. Thank God I kept the house phone because the cell phones went like kaput. So I'm calling the house phone. Let me call. I'm calling. So I'm calling on the phone, calling. It's not answering the phone. All I'm thinking is, oh my God, he didn't get out the building. He's dead. I'm crying. I'm like, oh my God, he's dead. I'm crying. I'm looking at his clothes. I'm in the house. I'm back and forth. I'm crying. So I jump in my car. I was like, oh, hell no. I'm going to get him. So I jump in my car and I call my friends. I said, where you going? I said, so all my friends started calling. It's like, is he out the World Trade? I said, I don't know. I'm crying. I said, I don't know. I'm out. I said, where you going? I said, I'm going to get him. They said, how you going? I said, I'm going through the Holland Tunnel. They said, you can't go. They blocked everything. I said, watch me go through the Holland Tunnel. I said, I'm going to get him. I was driving. They said, you can't do it. You can't. And I got to say, they had blocked everything off. So I sat there in the car. They said, you got to go back. Do not do this. Do not. They said, you're going to get yourself killed. They said, you're never going to make it through that tunnel to get to him because they're going to end up killing you thinking you one of the terrorists. I said, I got to get him out this World Trade Center. So at the end of the day, I sat there in the car and I'm crying. And I get out the car and this is crazy. So I get up the car. Mind you, the car is running. It wasn't running like in drive. It just was parked. So I get out the car and I'm looking at the car is running. I'm sitting there like this. I'm in shock. So I cut the car off, go back up inside. This is the second apartment. I had rented a house because of him. I had to rent a house because of him. And I rented another house because of him. We was on a second house because of him. And so I'm in the house, I'm going crazy. And the guy that I met calls me. He said, are you okay? He just says, I said, no, I'm not. I said, I think my friend is dead. I think my friend got killed in that World Trade Center. I said, because his phone is gone. Like I can't, there's nothing there. The antenna got knocked down with the World Trade. So I'm going crazy and everything. And so he was like, are you home alone? I said, yeah. He said, I'm gonna come out. I said, no. He said, I don't like you out there by yourself. So he was concerned about me, and I was concerned about my friend. And he knew about my friend. And so I was like, no, 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 I can't be around anybody. Did the woman who birthed me call me? She was like, did he get out? Did he get out the house? I don't know. Then my other friends started calling. They said, oh my God. Everybody started screaming. They said, oh my God. So I was like, okay, fine. I can't take no more phone calls. Y'all are killing me here. Then all of a sudden, it's weird because when a person is dead in your mind, you're looking at his clothes, looking at his cell phone, everything looks different when a person is dead. So now I'm sitting up here and everything, and I'm like sitting in the car, I'm sitting on the bed. I'm at a loss. I don't know what to do. I want to go to the tunnel. I want to get him, but I don't know what to do. So I'm waiting. The nighttime came, no phone call. The next day came, no phone call. So at this point, I'm like, I don't know his parents' number. I'm just calling his number. Like, I don't know what to do. And I'm like, he must be dead. The next day came, no phone call. They said thousands of people were killed. 4,000 people were killed, and three or 4,000 people. I forget the exact number. And I had went to an interview there for a job, but I didn't get the job. God blocked it. And I went there 3 times for an interview. And I kept telling them, I said, this building shifts. Like it kept on like this. They said the buildings are made to shift. I said, this don't feel safe. This is no, this is cool. I said, no, this isn't safe. They said, no, it's safe. I said, I'm telling you, this building isn't safe. It's safe. The building is safe. I had 3 interviews for jobs there in the World Trade. And the thing about it is, you get on the elevator, it takes you up to 100 and something floor, and then you have to cross over, and they go all the way up to 200 and something floor. Like it go way up higher. And then, so I'm in the house, and I'm like, oh my God. And I'm in there by myself. Then my friend kept calling me, checking up on me, see if I'm okay. Now I kept saying, how come he could call me and this one can't? So I'm like, why are you not calling me? You know, what the hell is going on? So I'm upset. I don't know what to do. And I'm just waiting. Everybody's calling me. I said, I don't know what to say. I couldn't talk no more. I was just every time somebody called me, asked me, I just start crying. I couldn't deal with it. Then about 5 or 6 days later, 6 days later, he called me. So I was like, oh my God, where have you been? He said, I've been with my family. I said, when did you be with your family? He said, I got out when you called me. I've been there ever since. I said, why didn't you call me? He said, because I was with my family. I said, I've been going crazy. He said, I'm on. I said, so all this time, you was with them, and you couldn't call me to let me know that you was okay. Now, remind you, they closed everything off in New York, so you couldn't come out in New York. So I'm like, why didn't you call? He said, because I was with my family. And then when somebody does it like this, because I was with my family, you know what that look mean? Because I don't care what you say. So at that point, I'm like, okay, it's good. All right, it's good. It's all good. I was like, you know, you done so many mean things to me, and I made up excuses for everything you've done, but now you've done the last thing. I mean, I had my friends came and took me out for my birthday, and I had drove him to New York to his family house, and my friends took me out for my birthday. They took me to this place called $20 a piece to get in. As soon as I got in there, he called me. I want to go home. I said, okay. He said, come get me. I said, I'm celebrating my birthday. He said, I want to go home now. Come get me. I said, okay, meet me at the bar. He said, all right. So I went down to the bar to wait for him. I had to leave the place they took me to this big, it was this big club in New York City. And everybody got ready to leave because I was basically the birthday. He was celebrating my birthday. So it was like, well, since you leaving while we here, why we gonna be celebrating your birthday and you ain't even here? You know. They was like, why are you leaving? I said, because he wants to go home. They said, but it's your birthday. I said, now listen, we all got dressed to come. I said, he wants to go home. Just let me go get him so I go home. They was like, oh. So I go to the bar and I wait for him. So I'm waiting and waiting. So I got to the bar like around 1 o'clock in the morning. So I'm there waiting for him. And here he comes at 5 o'clock in the morning. This is before World Trade. So I was like, why did you have me come down and wait for you? I said, why took you so long? He said, I decided to stay. I said, so you stayed home at your family's house. Instead of you calling me, telling me I could stay at the club, I'm here waiting for you at the bar outside, and you stayed there with them. He said, well, I want to spend more time with my family. I said, that's all well and good, but they took me to my birthday and celebrated my birthday, and I didn't get a chance to celebrate it because you told me you want to go home now. I've been out here all these hours waiting for you. He was like, yeah, well, I'm tired. I'm ready to go home. So at this point, you already know it was over. It's way more than that. That's about as far as it's way more. It was way more than that. So when the Spanish guy came along, you already know it was official. So we started talking in the car and stuff. And the one thing the Spanish guy did to me, which kind of messed me up, he kissed me on my lips. And it's weird because he kissed me. And when I tell you, he showed me myself. In 10 years, I was not kissed. And a man kissed me. It sounds crazy. I was in a relationship for 10 years. He wouldn't kiss me. I couldn't hold his hands. Nothing. And a man kisses me. And I was like, so I told the guy I was with for 10 years, I was like, listen, I met somebody and we started talking. I was like, went through it. And I moved the guy in the house with me. My sister was like, you have lost your damn mind. You moved your new man in there with your old man. Said you was a bad bitch. I said, it's already over with. It's no old man. There's nothing here. I said, let me tell you something. When he left me, when he told me he's with his family, that let me know I wasn't his family. So why am I doing this stuff? He's the first man I have ever paid $300 for a pair of shoes. I'm gonna go to how much he did, but when I say he got that off, when I say I took care of men, I gave that man everything. I mean, I've never, my shoes was $2 for $50. His shoes was $250, $350, $400, $500. I'm paying all this money for shoes. I'm like, this is a lot of money for shoes. I'm buying his shoes here. And then everybody's like, your man begs to go to him and be like, you take care of Raven. You take care of Raven. You give Raven a lot of nice stuff. And he used to say, no, Raven is the one with the money. And I had a good paying job. I was getting good jobs. But the thing was like, it was weird. But see, I wasn't full time then. I was part time. That's why I keep telling people that you got two profiles. When it's a girl, when it's a boy. But I did both girls. Mine was always a girl, not a boy. So, prime example. That was that. And I met the new guy, came in and he wanted to be with me, Spanish, and he was another level of bullshit, but it was different. And he was on another level. He was broken. And I think due to the fact that I was broken and he was broken, it was lined up. Because you track how you feel sometimes, and you track what you're familiar with. And due to the fact he was homeless, my heart went with him quicker versus Mr. Rich Man that I was spending all that money on. I used to buy him clothes, and he used to make me take it back and get him different colors. Anyway, my ex girl I used to deal with, my ex-wife, she used to be like, this motherfucker making you take stuff back after you bought him gifts. And instead of him appreciating, he make you take the gifts back and get something different. She used to get pissed off, but anyway, that's a whole nother story. But the thing is, like, I was with this one, and that was the World Trade 9/11. 9/11, and never be a day we forgot. When I tell you the building was on the ground, when I tell you spirits, I know people like was all over the place. You could feel it. That's how strong it was. Anyway, I'm not gonna talk about too much because people getting spooked out. People are getting scared. So, and then my ex and stuff, and and that's how it was with him and I. And he kissed me, and that's how we ended up being together. And I moved him in the house, and my ex is like, oh, she's like, I told him, I see he's homeless, can he move in? He's like, yeah, let him move in. Let him move in. He says, I didn't know you was gonna be with him. I said, yeah. I moved, so I was in the second room. He was like, oh, I thought you was just gonna move him in. I was like, no. So I started sleeping with him. He slept in the other room. We slept in the master room. And I didn't like the master room because the master room had a white old man in it. And I didn't want to stay in it with him. And that's when I was going on fire, though, which is weird. But I used to see him. He used to sit on the end of the bed. He had on a white beater. He used to look out the window. I saw him with my own eyes. And also, in this house, we had carpet on the floor. And the door would just close by itself. And we had carpet, so it was impossible for it to close. But it was just very messed up. So anyway, that's what happened. And when I tell you, my life has been just like this. But it was lined up and stuff. We talked a lot this month. We had conversations and stuff back and forth, and under circumstances, I should have never dated him. So I have to take the L for that. And I told him, I said, I should have never put you in that situation. He said, everybody be asking him questions about me. I said, yeah, I know. Everybody always asks my exes about me. All my exes told me, they said, everybody wants to know about you. They said, we can ask them. I know. Everybody wants to know about me. All my exes, and the thing about it, I don't think people think my exes come and tell me. They tell me. They tell me who talks about me. They tell me who's my friend. They tell me who's been betraying me. I got one ex who tells people that we don't speak. And they be telling him all kinds of stuff about me. He come right back and tell me. They all tell me. They tell me stuff. And I'm like, okay. Then when I see the person, I just look at them. Because they be smiling in my face. I don't say nothing to them. I don't say anything. But my ex wanted to see if things go different, would I ever consider us going back together? I'm like, yeah. But I was kind of bad, man. Oof. I should have never took him in here. But he said this is the one thing I did do, which was wrong. But I wish I would have known. I wish somebody would have told me, Raven, you have anger issues. You have anger issues. And it resonated from the woman who birthed me. And I hated her so much. I hated her so much. I hated her so badly. I just hated her. She was just straight from hell. Like she was like a demon. And she hated me. It's so weird to hate your mother the way I did. I hate her. oof, I was on a female, like, I was with a female like that. Yeah, I hated my mother so badly. And she sent me off to be with my father. And my father told me, your mother found your diary. That man tell all secrets. He said, your mother found the diary that you said you hate her fucking guts. I said, yeah, I could imagine, Davis. But see, as I've gotten older, my approach to people is totally different. When you get older, you can either get wiser or you can just become, self-absorbed. Don't care about. You can either try to understand people's way of life, or you just become a person that just judge everybody, and you don't really care. What I try to do is find what's happening to people and not make everything people say personal. I'm not perfect. I have flaws. I'm a person that my abuse began with my parents. So I don't have the luxuries of the mommy daddy stuff like everybody else do. And I love my mommy. When I know mines wish to God that I was dead, they wanted me out the way, so I don't have the luxuries of those things as other people do with their mothers and stuff. So, and that's fine. I told her, I said, well, you know what? I changed my name. I changed my birth certificate, changed everything. I'm like, you free. I heard she got married. I knew the father got married. He got a whole new family. She got married. I heard she got married. Okay, fine. They got houses. They doing pretty good. So they don't know if I'm dead or alive. They probably could care less. They probably got a fierce insurance policy though. They can't wait to cash that insurance policy. I used to think the woman birthed me was gonna send somebody to kill me. I didn't trust her. It's so funny. Everybody else scared of other people killing. I was worried about them. But you live and you learn. You get older, have a drink or two, and then life sets in. But I think my problem was it was a lot of anger issues. A lot, a lot, a whole lot. I just wish somebody would have told me before, like, you got anger issues. I never knew. When somebody do something to me, I would just react. I just start swinging on you. I just swung. And the last time I attacked back was on, no, 2011 is not when World Trade went down. 2011 is when, isn't that when my job closed? It was January the 3rd, 2011. I think I got my dates wrong. I think my dates are wrong. I know it's not. It was, all I know is, yeah, I think I got my dates wrong. I'm not sure. I know it was the next day in the morning. But because June the 3rd, 2011, my job closed in New York City. So I was no longer a bartender. And I was there for 4 years. So, but anyway, it is what it is. We vibe the best way we can. And we do this thing called life and make it the best way we can. It's so weird because working in that bar, I learned so much. I also seen a lot of people on TV who are gay that are on CNN, news anchors, politics, The View. I've seen a lot of celebrities in this place that are gay. And they up there on TV and everything. It is what it is. I'm still the same person. But it's one person that's gay that really, really pisses me off. When I tell you he is a hypocrite, I just look at him and just go, you all up in the gay club trying to find a man and you married, but yet still you all on TV talking all this other BS. I'm like, yo, I can't with these people. I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. Anyway, so we good, everybody? Because Raven's about to go lay down. It is. It's 4. Oh my God! This thing's 4:48. It's almost 5 o'clock in the morning. Oh my God! It's almost 5 o'clock in the morning. Do y'all know it's almost 5 o'clock in the morning? Isn't this Good Friday or something? Black Friday or something? Black Friday is the day they used to sell slaves. If you were my bartender, I would never. You couldn't leave XB because you'd be too drunk. Baby, I was an alcoholic. When I tell you, you wasn't going to walk out that bar to say where you walked in. You was going to be drunk. My ex used to say, Raven, get you wings. I used to get you drunk. The reason why is because this is how I see it. You spent $10 on a drink that you could have bought the whole bottle, and I'm about to put your drink into a little glass. $10, and you'll never get this much. Child, you better make me get drunk off my $10. I forget that job, but that's the first time, you know. But the one thing I can honestly say, that's why I know there's good and bad people everywhere, because I've had a lot of white people fight for me. I mean, literally fight for me with jobs. I've had a lot of white people actually help me. And then I went to work for a black place and got the total opposite. I got the total opposite. I've got the total opposite. And life is just full of lessons. But the one thing I don't like about me is a Muslim, 1,000 other things. I have this problem of walking through a crowd of men. Like, I'm supposed to walk around these men, and I walk straight through them. And I've been trying to make sure I don't do that no more. But I do it a lot. Like, I just don't be paying no mind. And I just walk through them. That's not so smart. They don't really bother me, though. They don't really bother me. It's an old shirt. Look at this. Lord. It's an old shirt. It's a real old shirt. I don't even got a bra on. I guess y'all figured that out already. Because I had a bra on. It'd be like this. Anyway. Y'all have a good night. I hate bras. They're the worst thing in the world. Oh, God. I wish there was a bra that was comfortable. It's horrible. These bras are horrible. Horrible. Anyway, I have a good night. I got my coffee here. They're supposed to have everything supposed to be half price. Good Good night, XP. XP, you know what you should? A margarita, Quavo, lemon juice, tonic, lime juice. Good night, Miss Davis. Oh, I look better like this. I need to keep the lights like this. I look better in the dark. I look way better. They got this red here downtown. I want to buy it. I ain't got no money to buy it. But they got this red here. I think it costs $50. And I wanted to get it. It's just like this, but it's red. It's fiery red. The guy talked me out of it. And I was like, man, I want this here. I like long hair. I like it super duper long. This is 41 inches. And if I was right, someone said use some Downy fabric softener, baby. But I'm going to give me some Downy. I sure am. And see what happens. I hope it ain't expensive. Buy me some Downy fabric softener and wash my, but it's still shedding now. This is still shedding to me. Anyway, this feels like a nap. My favorite couple got engaged. They about to be married. This thing is shedding. Maybe I shouldn't get no thing because this is horrible. This is shedding. This thing gonna be bald. This is why I don't like wigs. This is why I like weaves. Cause she just shedding. She shedding like nobody's business. Oh, I'll knock this screen TV down. Shut down. That's why I do not like wigs. So when I do my weaves, it's never this. Maybe this is a blessing. Let me know that the bottom red ones. Who the hell want nappy here? Shit. I wish it was some. I wish Cream of Nature would have never changed this shampoo. That shampoo was perfect for weaves. Oh my God. You could wash it and it'll turn this whole weave silky like crazy. They changed the formula. And as soon as they changed the formula, child, it's a piece of crap. They put some damn smell into it. I'm like, this is horrible. As soon as you find something that works, they change the damn new and improved. Everything new and improved is not new and improved. Same thing with Instagram. It's new and improved. Shut up. Look at this nappy wig. This wig is nappy as hell. Listen to it. I ain't got time for this. I hate wigs. I just hate them. I think this guy the kind of wig. I'm just going to. It's so weird. some long 41 inches. This is 41 inches. 41. I'm still waiting. 41 inches. 41 inches. And there it is. 41 inches. That's long, right? That's some long hair, child. Excuse me. It's so funny you can't even do that now. You did it on the bus. They'd be like, oh, coronavirus. Oh. I hate to leave you, but I really must go. So it's good night, New York. Good night. I tell you. What is this? COVID-19 exposed application. No, we want that. What is this? Okay. Notification. Get $1 back. Play discount Friday. Redeem. Get $1. Play discount. Redeem November 30th. Use. What the hell? Get $1. Fuck, I need $1 for. That's a whole bunch of my zeros on here. Shit. Okay, Instagram. Lord Jesus, help me.
Right now. Go for that dick. Give me a fucking ID. Give me an ID. I charge those couple. Where's your ID? You got a file on you? I'm standing sturdy right now. You have a file on you? Right now. What? You did it. You did it. You did it. You did it.
One, two, three, four. Damn. One, two. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Which I
10.
got on you? I'm standing sturdy right now. You're wrong. Right now. You're wrong. What? You did it. You did it. Yeah, I'm not fighting. I'm not fighting. Okay, I'm not fighting. Calm me down. I'm fighting. Okay, I'm not fighting.
Look at all the people in here. It's crazy.
For people living with anxiety, every time. It's a possibility. They're trying to run. It's between you people. Don't talk to me that way. You're just a lightweight. Don't talk to me that way. Don't talk to. I'm the president of the United States. Don't ever talk to the president that way. All right, I'm going to go with another question. It's a possibility. They're trying to run. It's between you people. Don't talk to me that way. You're just a lightweight. Don't talk to me that way. Don't talk to. I'm the president of the United States. Don't ever talk to.
I'm the president of the United States of America. You better be nice to me. You think I'm the president? I'm the president of the United States of America. Sweetie, it's only 4 years. It's not forever. After 4 years, what you gonna do? I'm the president. Anyway, it is what it is. Good night, y'all. Be safe. I'm gonna take this shirt off.